Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Barry Law. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law. And by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Texas and Nebraska.
Greetings from Omaha with the setting sun falling over the adjacent Missouri River. It is volleyball. We're inside the CHI Health Center. Fury are in town to face the host, Omaha Supernovas. Well, hi again, folks. I'm John Baylor alongside the Olympian, Nancy Metcalf and Nancy. Columbus not headed to the playoffs. Omaha definitely trying to defend their title this year, heading to the playoffs in Vegas next month. But suddenly, Columbus playing some of their best volleyball. How have they been able to put together this night's streak? 3 out of the last 4 have been wins.
Well, it comes down to setting. They've changed out their setter. Nutsara Tomcom, the veteran elite setter in the world, has come over to Columbus. She's played, and she is picking up their offense. She has their offense hitting at a higher clip. They're more efficient right now. That has resulted in wins.
We're heading down the home stretch. The playoffs are next month, and Omaha's most experienced player, Nati Valentin Anderson, is also their oldest veteran, most experienced. How important are setters this time of year?
At this time of the year, setting is so important because the setters are the ones who set the tone for the team. They're keeping their team on track. They're making sure hitters are getting in a rhythm. They're feeling comfortable. But Nati, being a veteran, is also the one for Omaha that's getting that energy for her team on the court. She's going to continue to push her team to stay fired up and to continue to stay focused.
Nati always brings the energy every match. Time for our starting lineups, brought to you by Medica Health Plan. With a Medica Health Plan, you are not just covered, you are cared for. Nati Valentin Anderson, joined by Brooke Nunneviller and Reagan Cooper on the outside. Look at the majority of the swing. Kayla Caffey returns to the lineup as one of the two for Omaha. We'll have Morgan Lewis start on the right side, and the great Penn State Megan Courtney Lush will left. Coaches, volleyball players forever. He was also a professional coach there. This year, in his first year at Columbus, 8-16. This year, they're 8-16 with 4 matches to go. And Laura Bird-Kuhn, defending champion Omaha Supernova head coach after 6 seasons as the head coach at Texas A&M. This is the 4th and final meeting between these two. Omaha swept the first 3, but this, Nancy, is a different Columbus team.
It is. The Columbus offense is looking a lot different right now than the first 3 times these two teams have met. Omaha needs to expect their hitters to get faster tempo balls from Nutsara Tomcom. I was fortunate enough to play with her in Azerbaijan, and she is a fun player to play with because she is out on the court flipping the ball back and forth to hitters, giving them hittable balls, keeping the speed quick. So she'll keep the Columbus offense rolling.
She'll chuck it around. Nati chooses the middle. Kayla Caffey's first swing, and it's 1-love Novas.
It's a great start for Omaha, coming out right out of the gate, setting the middle. Kayla Caffey here going wrist away and going around Janice Liao.
Kelsey Payne. Line. Middle. Yeah. Was back row Reagan Cooper. Lewis at the net. Here comes. Quick attack to Caffey this time. Or tied at 1.
And that's a nice play by some defense. Tom playing right back. Hard hit. Makes a nice dives into the angle with able to get her block.
Libero. 2-1 Omaha, just a chair.
It's a really nice tempo by Nati Valentin Anderson. Nunneviller the ball in tempo on a faster set that she's able to turn it around the block. Started with a great pass from Camila Gomez.
Really got to be in the conversation for player of the year this season. Into the net, retired.
Unfortunate miss serve there, but I agree with you. Brooke Nunneviller has been the rock for Omaha this year. She has been a mainstay. She's been the steady player all year long, so I think she's got to be in the conversations.
Morgan Lewis, duck for your teammate. Brooke Nunneviller serves. Cox. Lewis missed.
And that's a tough ball for Morgan Lewis. behind the 10-foot line and get to it, but that set's just a
Tom
ends up going in the
8 with Columbus. Are they still trying to get to know each other? It is a reversal.
You see the right-hand thumb there moving of the middle blocker for Columbus.
Abby Walker caught a little bit of that volleyball. And it's a 2-point swing. 4-3 Omaha a moment ago with service error. Reminiscent of the service errors early in set 1 by Omaha in the 3-set loss to Atlanta back on Saturday night right here. Kaylee Cox, not a great pass, gets back, slams it, blocked. Starts with the pass, 5-3, Omaha.
That's a good serve there, pushing Kaylee Cox back, and then I think that Kelsey Payne does a really nice job setting up the right side there for the block to allow Kate Hoard to close to her. That's a great block.
Caitlin Hoare, I think that's block number 75 this season, second highest in the league, right behind Ali Bastianelli of Grand Rapids, who's got 81. Shattering the blocking records from a year ago in this league. Payne swings. That's 3 in a row for Omaha, 6-3 Novas.
That play started off with a really nice block touch by Omaha. Sometimes fans want the blocks that go straight down, but when blockers can get a nice block touch and allow their team to transition out of it, that's just as valuable to a team.
Nati Valentina Anderson, deceptive serve. They're going after Kaylee Cox. Gets it back, swings, and muscles it through the double block. 6-4.
And Kaylee Cox, I expect to be a target of the Omaha servers all night long. They're going to try to put pressure on her, take her out of her rhythm for attacking. But she comes back here, passes it, and does a nice job getting her feet to the ball and hitting high off the Omaha blockers' hands.
Cox finished up at Western Kentucky. Caitlin Hoard unable to drop that one. Lewis, block back, in. Kelsey Payne, a big block. 7-4.
And another great blocking move by the Omaha block. They're looking really strong at the net tonight. They're sealing, getting over, and not moving around, so that allows their block to hold their position really well.
Kelsey Payne, 6-year pro. She's easily got the second most years of professional experience in Navy tonight. And there's Liao pounding another 7-5.
I think that's a great picture right there of Nutsara Tomcom's ability as a setter. That pass is very, very high. It comes tight to the net. She comes up and fires one into her middle so quickly that allows Janice Liao to get up and pound the ball down.
I think the middles for Columbus are especially happy with the arrival of Tomcom. Brooke Nunaviller, not this time. 1-point ball game.
It's a good block setup on the right side for Columbus by Morgan Lewis. She and Janice Liao do a nice job of closing together and reaching over the net. That's picture-perfect blocking moves.
Both teams piling up the blocks early. Nutsara Tomcom, she's a legend in Thailand. Serves another block for Janice Liao. We're tied at 7.
On that ball, Janice Liao actually had help from Kaylee Cox here on the left side. She closed with Janice Liao. That does not give the Omaha middle very much net to work with.
Gomez guides it beautifully. Caitlin Hoard, kaboom, just in.
It's a nice adjustment from Caitlin Hoard there. Last time she pulled it down, the block is there. This time she keeps it high, hits deep in the court, and finds some open space.
Caitlin Hoard, second in the league in blocks, second in the league in attack percentage, hitting .333. GHTB, get her the ball. Serve just long with Angel Perez over there calling it. He can just turn both 6 off. It was just a little bit long, though. Tied it in. He's demonstrably indicating exactly whether the balls are in or out, calling them both ways, objective. Reagan Cooper, a target, not a great pass. Kelsey Payne slams, chased down by Lewis, great rescue. 8 apiece, Brooke Nunneveller tipping, down.
That's a great location by Brooke Nunneveller. Really nice hustle play on the Columbus side to chase that ball down over the scorer's table, bring it back in, but Brooke, seeing that the block inside the block is open, the tip there, she's able to put it down right in front of Megan Lush.
Kaylee Cox this time, perfect pass. Wow! That was reminiscent of 2015, wearing Navy for Penn State. Megan Courtney Lush, my goodness, 9 apiece.
And you see here, Nutsara Tomcom gives her a little bit of an inside set. Nati Valentin Anderson is trying to jump in with her, but Megan Lush just goes over and pounds it down. That's a great attack.
Reagan Cooper, regular target, another good pass, and it results in a beautiful slide. Kayla Caffrey from Nati Valentin Anderson, 10-9 Novas.
I like that offensive run by Omaha. Nati seeing one blocker go with Kayla, feeds her the ball. That's something Coach Bird mentioned, that she said in practice this week, Kayla's done a really nice job offensively, so they're going to look for her to have some more opportunities swinging at the ball.
Tomcom pulled off, doesn't matter. She still goes to the right pin. Morgan Lewis unsuccessful, but how difficult a set is that, getting pulled off and going behind?
It's tough, and that's something a veteran setter can do, those kinds of plays, because they've practiced it so much, but that's a tough angle to find your distance from the net when the setter gets pulled off like that. Speaking as a right side who hit with Nutsara Tomcom, she's very good at finding that set.
Megan Lush, wow.
Well, Megan Lush is really excited tonight because she could be facing Kelsey Payne, but right now she's matched up with Nati Valentin Anderson. She knows she has an advantage there, and they're using it right now.
Nati 5'10", maybe. Kelsey Payne, kaboom! Slugfest.
I like the intensity we're seeing on the court from Omaha tonight. When they come out, these last 2 matches, they really need to be focused and playing with intensity. Every match counts for their standings, but it also just counts for momentum and confidence building at this point. They want to continue their momentum.
Tomcom chooses. Megan Lush with the hot hand, no. Nunneveller, great digger with that up. Cooper misfires, 1-point ball game.
It was a nice attempt by Reagan Cooper on the outside. She just missed by a little bit. We'll see here the replay, just long. But Nati Valentin Anderson had a really nice adjustment on that serve-receive play. She stayed inside waiting for Megan Lush to come back in, and that presented a block that forced Megan Lush to change her approach attack.
Cooper again the target. He's got to wait, giving time for the block. Great cover in Omaha, free ball across. Now to tie it. Columbus the slide, tip shot, Abby Walker, no, diving dig by Gomez. Cooper slams, block back, another cover by Gomez. Great volleyball. Fans loving it in the Big O. And Cox out of bounds, no touch.
The fans are really enjoying this play. Some really nice hustle plays on this cover. We see Camila Gomez, Brooke Nunneveller getting in on it. And then here, Kaylee Cox just misses long. Trying for high hands, but she misses long.
13-11 Omaha on the Liberty First Credit Union scoreboard. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Morgan Lewis misfiring for the 3rd time already from the back row. 14-11 Omaha. And Columbus can't afford attack errors.
They can't afford too many of them, no. They're trying to get in a rhythm right now for tonight. Omaha's servers are doing a really nice job pinning Kaylee Cox deep and making her back up to pass that ball, which takes her out of the fast rhythm that Tomcom likes to run on the go sets.
Kaylee Cox, decent pass. Back row, they're going to try it again. Lewis, wow. They got big arms over there in red.
They do have some big arms, and now they have the setter who's feeding him the ball quickly and getting him in rhythm. It's a really nice swing by Morgan Lewis. A comeback swing after an error can be difficult, but she comes back and attacks aggressively.
6'3", 5-year former Omaha, Oregon Duck. Overpasses Kaylee Cox. 1-point ball game again.
And this is a Columbus team that's playing free. There is zero pressure on them. They're done. They know they're not going to make the postseason, but sometimes that also leads to being able to play with no pressure, and your team can play more free and just enjoy the game. And we're seeing a lot of that right now on the Columbus side.
They've won 3 of the last 4, and a huge Columbus block. That is their 4th already of their 14 points. We're tied at 14. Get it around Janice Leal and trying to avoid the block. That shot just lands in. Reagan Cooper, they're not booing, that's Coop.
Here we see the in-out play again, and it is so close, barely tagging the line. But I really like Reagan Cooper had to pass that ball, come back outside and get in a rhythm to attack. She did a nice job following that up, being ready to attack.
By Sarame, Kaylee Cox bangs it. Western Kentucky Hilltopper tied at 15.
So Tom-Com can be a deceptive setter. That time Kelsey Payne got stuck kind of half jumping, expecting the inside set, and Nutsara shoved it to the outside, and Kelsey was a little late. She didn't have a full jump blocking on that.
Cox, a rookie who at Western Kentucky played with Paige Briggs, former Omaha Supernova. Morgan Lewis now from the front row. Cooper doing it all. And Kelsey Payne slams it off the block and out of here. Unwilling to yield that lead. Omaha 16, Columbus 15. Media timeout. A good one in downtown Omaha. Novas by just one in the first. The heart and soul of the Omaha Supernovas, Brooke Nunaviller, surpassed 600 digs already as a Supernova with 4 tonight. In 24 matches this year, Nancy, Brooks got 14 kills and 12 digs on average per match. 14 kills and 12 digs per match on average. Put that in perspective.
She is just such a well-rounded player. She does it all for the team. Like I said earlier, she has been the rock for this team. When she's in the back row, teams have a really hard time scoring if they hit anywhere near her. She's made some amazing defensive plays, but then she gets up to the net and she can also kill the ball. She makes some great plays, seeing the block and tooling it, finding open shots on the court. She really is a well-rounded player that does it all for Omaha.
As does that dancer we just witnessed with that pink jacket. That guy's going to have some social options later tonight. Kaylee Cox, nice pass. Tom-Com, wow. Janice Leout is something else. She just started the last couple matches for him. Not sure why she hasn't been there all season.
Well, she's connecting really well with Nutsara Tom-Com. Nutsara's getting her the ball high and quick, and Janice is taking advantage of that, seeing the block early and being able to swing around it very quickly.
She had 7 kills and no errors in her last match. Starting off hot tonight with a couple blocks as well. Leout, over dig, slam back, Kayla Caffey, kaboom!
Nice run there by Omaha. Kayla Caffey taking advantage of the overpass, killing it deep in the court.
Kayla Caffey, 21, helped Nebraska get to the championship match, losing to Wisconsin in Columbus. And the following year transferred to Texas, won a national championship with the Longhorns. Kayla Caffey, a little undersized for a middle, but she has an electric arm, great blocker. Most service aces on the team this year. Big chance here for Nunaviller, straddling the 10-foot line. Nice up by Tom-Com. Lewis can only free ball. She's a right-hander. As a lefty, she could have swung. Reagan Cooper. Kaboom! 18-16 Novas.
Great job by Reagan Cooper coming out of the back row there and finding an angle down the sideline. Clearly in. We see Bolt 6 again with the replay.
Kelsey Payne lost her starting job mid-season for about a month and a half. Emily Landau got it back. And a roll shot for Megan Lush. Supernovas expecting the express, missed the local.
Yeah, Megan Lush there coming inside for that little go set we've seen a couple times where it falls inside on the set. The block going with her, but she just rolls it down the line. I think Kelsey Payne being right back there needs to be ready to put it up and play with her hands.
Cooper, a constant serving target. The pass, the slide. Caffey, not this time. So low block. Megan, Courtney Lush tied, 18 apiece.
And Megan Lush was all over that block. You see right here, she's going with Kayla Caffey. She's not waiting to see where the set goes. She's committing and going with Kayla Caffey. She's all over it when Kayla's swinging.
Janice Liao, middles have to serve because liberos cannot in this league. Now we get to see her dig. Here's Nuneviller, tooling the block. Give her a tool apron. 1918 Novas.
And that's one of those smart shots Brooke Nuneviller does so well. The ball's a little bit tight to the net. She finds the blocker's arms, tools it right off the block out of bounds. That's an uncoverable ball for Columbus. Great shot by Brooke Nuneviller.
6 to go in the first, up by just 1. Cox settling down as her passer. Morgan Lewis down the line, just wide. And we're gonna get a bolt 6 review right here. Claim is the block touched.
That one I didn't see all the Columbus team calling for the touch. A few of them did, so we'll see what the replay shows.
22 cameras from above, 8 from below. It's a lot of camera coverage.
It is a lot of camera coverage, and they've got all the angles covered. This system is amazing, and I still find myself looking at the end of the court after a close ball to see what the line judge called, but we don't have line judges here because the camera system is so well planned out.
How many matches do you think in your day might have gone a different way if we had had both sets?
I think it would be a significant amount, both for our team, but also against our team. Like, we got to be pretty good back in our day of the dead poker face, even though you had a huge touch when they didn't call it. That wouldn't work anymore. I think it would have changed several matches just because there are so many balls that if they're so fast or such a small touch.
A lot of collegiate volleyball players, I suspect, are theater majors on the side.
I think they should be. You can see here the touch on the outside finger, just the pinky.
Huge reversal. I mean, that's a 2-point swing late in the set.
Yes, when it's this close to 20, 2 points is a big deal.
Here comes one of the best servers in the PVF. Wilma Rivera, former Louisville Cardinal, after being a Penn State Nittany Lion. Third all-time in this league with 36 service aces. This is a tough one to pick up. And it's a double sub. Isabella Raypach as well comes in to play opposite. Raypach on the right side. And here's that lefty serve. And the Novas pass it well. Back row, Kelsey Payne. Down! A push shot from 10 feet. How'd that drop?
That dropped because Wilma Rivera released. She saw the tip coming and she released up. But Kaylee Cox in middle back was just sitting in middle back. She didn't cover Wilma Rivera releasing. So that worked out well for the Omaha Supernovas. But typically that ball will get covered.
Local favorite, Lindsey Krause, the former Cornhusker. Into the net. 20-20. Good vision and a close score. Home stretch of set number 1. Megan Lush, who spent some time on the national team as the libero for a while. Serves. Whoa, Kelsey Payne sails that towards the river. No bolt 6 required.
That was definitely a mishit. Those happen sometimes, unfortunately. She went for it. She mishit it. As a volleyball player, it's so important to just shake that off because you cannot let things like that stick in your head for the next play.
If you're going to sit courtside, you got to be alert. Outside, Reagan Cooper bangs it high. Karam, great chase. For a 2-point lead, Kaylee Cox, roll shot. Cooper the up. Kelsey Payne, favorite spot. Kaboom! How tough a shot is that for a right-hander?
That's a great shot by Kelsey Payne, but what I like is she's waiting on her approach and then exploding to the ball that allows her to come in and rip that sharp cross-court angle.
Former KU Jayhawk on this floor. Her Jayhawks lost in the national semis to the Huskers of Nebraska, 2015, a decade ago. Tie ball game. Rivera to Raypach. First swing, first kill.
It's a nice swing by Isabella Raypach going cross-court. Nati Valentine Anderson right there, but she punches at the ball with her hands instead of absorbing it, and it ricochets off out of bounds.
Isabella Raypach grew up in the Chicago area, went to Temple. Overpass, here come the Fury to steal the first set. Megan Lush, overdig. They scatter in red. Set up the offense after the free ball. Raypach block back. Rivera hustling everywhere. A track meet for her, cross-court. And off the block, point Fury.
Wilma Rivera there running a really fast tempo ball to Kaylee Cox on the outside as well.
Remember, the first 3 matches between these two, Omaha swept them. It's a different team with the new setter for Columbus. Meet Sarah Tomkam, Thailand legend. Rivera in for her. They run a quick 24-21 Columbus.
That's another really quick speed middle, quick set to Janice Liao. She's doing a nice job getting up and hitting quick. That gives Columbus the 24-21 lead going into this timeout.
Big ramifications for Omaha. In this match, only a half game ahead of Atlanta and trailing by 3 late in the first. Cooper block back, set 1, Columbus. 6 blocks for Columbus in that first set, 25-21. And for the first time this year, Columbus takes a set off of Omaha, and the Novas have lost 4 straight sets, going back to the sweep they suffered on Saturday at the hands of Atlanta. Volleyball after dark, set 2, and we come right back. Late start, volleyball after dark, because this one, Columbus and Omaha, one love Columbus as we begin set 2 momentarily, followed the spring collegiate exhibition between Omaha, University of Omaha, and the Creighton Blue Jays. There's the brand new head coach, Brian Rosen, for Creighton, as Creighton in a 3-set match won 2 of the 3. Creighton fans, and really all volleyball fans, still reeling from the shocking news that Kirsten Bernthal Booth resigned as the head coach after 22 glorious years here in Omaha at the helm of Creighton volleyball. That happened a few weeks ago, and Brian Rosen, her able assistant, actually the 2024 National Assistant Coach of the Year, is her successor. But that was a sad one and a completely unexpected one, Nancy, when a coach who takes Creighton University to 2 Elite Eights suddenly in her late 40s decides to resign.
I think it was really shocking for the volleyball world in general. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Coach Booth had done such wonderful things here at Creighton, and she seemed to be, you know, kind of finally breaking in. And so for her to step away, that was a big shock for everybody watching.
She will be back. Meanwhile, how shocking, all right, how surprising was that first set loss by Omaha at the hands of Columbus. Playing loose tonight. They're not headed to the playoffs. Almost trying to get right after their 3-set loss last Saturday against Atlanta.
I totally agree. I think Columbus is playing really loose and free right now. They have no pressure on them. I think the Supernovas feeling a little bit of pressure because they had a disappointing loss to Atlanta where they did not play their best. They know they didn't play that well, and so I think they're feeling some pressure to play better. And they had a better start to the match, but they're going to look to turn it around and come out on top, obviously.
Interesting rotation. The middle, Caitlin Horde starts serving for Omaha, trying to get some different matchups at the net. So far, it hasn't worked. 1-0 Morgan Lewis and the Fury.
Morgan Lewis has been doing a nice job tonight for Columbus, starting out really well. They're going to look for her to continue that, but she has a really good connection with Nutsara Tomcom, as do the rest of the attackers on Columbus, which has made a huge difference for their team offensively.
Blocking, another huge difference. There's an overpass shot back by Lush and put over and out. For the moment, 2-love in favor of Columbus, but we may have a replay. We heard the buzzer, but yes, we are going to have a Bolt 6 replay review.
There was some discussion there between the head referee and Angel Perez. I think he was trying to tell her never mind, but once you push that button, I don't think you can say never mind anymore.
Can't unpush it. You can't bring the missiles back.
So now they have to use a challenge, but they won the point, so this will be interesting.
There was a disagreement between the Columbus head coach, Angel Perez, and the head referee at a recent match. Caused about a 10-minute delay. Let's hope this one is less spirited. For the moment, 1-0 in favor of Columbus after Columbus, thanks to 6 big blocks in the first set to just 2 for Omaha, took the first 25-21.
And Janice Liao stepped in for 5 of those blocks for Columbus. 5 blocks in a set is amazing for a middle blocker, for anybody. But we had mentioned how she just stepped into the starting lineup more recently, and she's doing a great job so far. She also was one of their team leaders in kills with 3, along with Megan Lush. And Kaylee Cox had 4, having some success hitting over that lower block on the right side when Nati Valentine Anderson was up. Columbus is going to look to do some of those same plays to take advantage of height mismatches.
While we await a verdict, challenging for a net fault. I think that was her hair from Kaylee Caffey's hair, which does not count. And they give the point to the Supernovas rather than a replay.
I believe because they challenged something during the play, so that the end of the play then doesn't even matter because they're challenging the mid-play action, and so they review on that and give the point to the other team.
One apiece. Abby Walker, rarely used middle, gets a swing over dig. Here come the Fury again. Morgan Lewis is heated up, pounds it off for somebody's coconut. 2-1.
Morgan Lewis with another nice high swing there on an out-of-system set. She's doing a really nice job right now hitting high hands on the Omaha block.
Played for 4 years with Brooke Nunaviller at Oregon. Morgan Lewis line drives that one into the net. Underestimated gravity. Tied at 2.
Brooke Nunaviller going back to serve now. I think Omaha really needs to take advantage of Brooke defending in the back row with Reagan Cooper attacking in the front row.
Surame from her Indiana Hoosier. Nice pass. Abby Walker slams it down.
Nutsara Tomcom there finding Abby Walker on a quick attack.
And we got another replay. Bolt 6 getting tested. It's our 3rd replay review already. Abby Walker thought she got a kill there, the former Cincinnati Bearcat. And it's pretty easy to figure out when there's a replay because there's a buzz that goes throughout the arena. And you're like, okay, that's the Bolt 6 replay buzz. And
yes,
we're about to get this replay figured out.
And the buzz is really loud, but it's not often very clear what they're always challenging. So sometimes we hear the buzz and we know there's a replay, but we're not quite sure what they're looking at or what they're going after.
This one is brought to you by Barry Law. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law. And Our Liberty First Credit Union scoreboard tells us for the moment it is 3-2 in favor of Columbus here in set number 2.
Well, they're challenging the block touch. That was clearly far enough away. There was no way the block touched that ball.
Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com with the Olympian Nancy Metcalf. My name, John Baylor, courtside. Brad Pace, our executive producer, director here for this one. So glad to have you here on this beautiful Friday night, Omaha, Nebraska, on the eastern edge of the state. Columbus is in town trying to pull the upset. Meanwhile, Toyosi Onabanjo is putting on a show.
The Omaha bench staying loose and warm, getting the crowd fired up.
How important are those backups to the energy of the team?
It's really important. Not necessarily, they can't be neutral. If they're not doing anything, they're going to be pulling energy out of the team. So they have to be feeding energy, and they have to stay warm. Obviously, they have to stay ready to make a contribution if they get called on to come on the court. But they also need to be giving energy to the team. They can give feedback to players who are on the court during timeouts. You can tell someone in your same position, hey, I see this shot is open, or this shot isn't, they're taking this right now. The tip here isn't available. So the people who are not in the court are so important to the match's outcome because they can help their team in ways that a lot of people don't even see or realize.
Now, those not playing in basketball, they sit and watch. In volleyball, they stay in the whole match.
They do. They have a little box back there in the corner they have to stay in.
And another lengthy conversation trying to solve this issue. Columbus were on the short end of the last replay review, and we got a push-up contest among Supernovas not currently in the match. Wow. That is Allison Witten, Creighton Blue Jay. I think she just did about 25 push-ups. Kaboom. If you got it, it ain't bragging.
She has it. That was impressive.
25-21, Columbus in the first. And Megan Toyosi on a banjo is making the fans hope these both 6 replays take longer and longer.
And that is the other job of the people in the box. They must entertain the crowd while the match is on pause for a challenge.
The cheer official and Megan Lush may not be dining together after this one.
There's a lot of discussion going on right now, and after the head referee turned and spoke with Brooke Nunneviller, Brooke looked very confused. So whatever was explained didn't make sense to her, and then there was a lengthy discussion with Megan Lush.
All right. The DJ was about to flip to the backside of that 45. I mean, that was a lengthy. Point Supernovas? All right.
Brooke Nunneviller back to serve for the Novas.
We'll try to get an explanation. There's 2 two-point bolt 6 swings for Omaha already in this second set. Nunneviller then serves to the bottom of the net. Those lengthy delays cannot help.
They do not. They do not. It's hard to come out of a long timeout like that where you're sitting and talking and discussing things and try to come back on and be ready to go fired up right away for a good serve.
Megan Lush, mother of Nora, married her high school sweetheart. Reagan Cooper, cross-court diving dig. Tip shot by Kaylee Cox, great up by Kelsey Payne, two-hander deep, might have been a long play. Abby Walker tipping, the Cincinnati Bearcat unable to drop it, and that one does fall. Nunneviller using every shot in her arsenal. 4-3 Omaha.
Some nice defensive plays there, popping it up. Brooke Nunneviller doing a really smart job just rolling that ball over the block. Falls right in front of the defender.
Kayla Caffey leads the team with aces. Lush, good pass, tip shot of Walker, finds the donut. The bakery is open, tied at 4.
That's a nice tempo by Nutsara Tomcom to Abby Walker in the middle there. Walker does a nice job going up. Her body is completely turned and she's tipping across and over her body to go back into the center of the court.
Walker sails it to libero, good pass Gomez. Cooper, big swing. Walker to middle with a nice up. Lewis tipping, timing off. Won't fall. Gomez for the assist. Cooper, no. Kaylee Cox down. Wait, Columbus does not look like an 8-16 team right now.
They do not. Their offense is rolling a lot nicer. That's one of the things Coach Angel Perez talked to us about. He said, we've won 3 of our last 4, but the biggest difference since Nutsara Tomcom joined us is our hitting efficiency as a team. It's gone from 115 to 280. That's a big difference for a team on a season. It's not just one match, it's a season average.
Huge.
Coach tried to dig that ball. That was not acceptable.
Kelsey Payne, she's lethal from the back right. Perez, one of the great volleyball players ever from the island of Puerto Rico. Well, he's nearly on the court. He's ready.
He is. He's a very involved coach. His demeanor is very high energy, constantly talking to his team, giving them feedback right there next to him.
Lewis, both opposites are huge threats from the back right. Big shot here, Cooper stuffed. Guess who? Janice Liao, her 5th block, the team's 7th. 1-point Columbus lead.
Janice Liao is a force at the net for Columbus right now. Reagan Cooper here gets outside the antenna. All she can do is turn it back cross court. And Janice Liao doing a great job closing that block and sealing over the net.
From New Bedford, Massachusetts. Not your typical hometown for an elite volleyball player. Morgan Lewis into the antenna, point Omaha.
That's a point Omaha's glad to take because Morgan Lewis has been really consistent right now for Columbus's offense. So to have her make a mistake and go off the antenna, Omaha's going to take that and run with it.
Cooper back to serve.
Pass, okay. Tomcom set tight to the net. Lewis can only tip. Big chance for Reagan Cooper. Great up by Sarame. Tip shot, Lutz, drops. After a big block by Caitlin Horde, 2nd best in the league.
Caitlin Horde feels like she hangs there waiting for that ball, and she makes her blocking move, and then she throws the ball down as like a second play on the ball. I love her aggressiveness. She did. She pushed it down. She didn't just wait for the ball to hit her. She pushed it down. That's great aggressive block move by Caitlin Horde.
Not just a backboard, but assertive forward push on the roll shot. In. Everyone on Columbus was yelling out, but you can't persuade the volleyball.
Well, and that ball came over the net high, and it dove in the last 10 feet of the court. That's a great serve by Reagan Cooper. That's what coaches want their servers to do. Drive the ball and let it fall.
2nd on the team, 12 aces. Just behind Kayla Caffey, he's got 16.
Paula Sarame there saved another ace because Reagan Cooper had another hard-driven ball that just dove down. Sarame dove under it to play it up.
Kaylee Cox off the dig and out of here.
It's a nice rally by both teams. Cox doing a really nice job there finding the outside edges of that block and making Reagan Cooper have to dive for the ball in the back row for Omaha.
Ends the 3-point Omaha run. Kaylee Cox started at Missouri, ended up at Western Kentucky. What a run they made. 2024, great rescue by not T. Valentina Anderson, but here come the Fury. Tip shot, Lutz. Beautiful up by Anderson, but no one can play a second touch.
Right now, Columbus is overloading the right side blockers and the middle blockers for Omaha. Nutsara Tomcom has their middle running wide, and she's setting a ball that's barely faster and higher than what the middle set would be to their outsides. So Omaha's blockers between their right side and middle have to be choosing who they're going with because that set does not look that different coming out of Tomcom's hands.
A big subplot tonight is that when Tomcom does 5-5 is at the front and she's trying to block, that Omaha is not able to exploit her because of Liao is right next to her and getting her big hands in front.
And that's true. And Tomcom is only 5'5", but she is not a setter that when she's blocking, I've played defense behind her. It's not scary. There are some players who are so small that when the defender is behind them, you feel like you're going to just get pelted. Tomcom actually sets the block up really well, and she's a very good blocker for her size. And Omaha so far has not taken advantage of that. I'd like to see the Omaha hitters try to attack more down the line over her not pulling it down into her, just attack high down the line. I think they can have success doing that.
Tom set. She's going to turn 40 later this year, and Morgan Lewis blasts it.
And another kill from Morgan Lewis. She has got a rocket of an arm, and she's on fire tonight. She's playing really well. She's got a nice rhythm with Tom-Com.
Morgan Lewis 6'3", but that arm never ends. And that set is as high as she wants it. It comes down, sharp trajectory. Kayla Caffey, nice up by Leo. She plays a great back row. Allison Witten comes in, second libero for Omaha. Nunaviller, 2 drops at home.
Great tip by Brooke Nunaviller. She's got Morgan Lewis, and Abby Walker in her face. That's a big block for Brooke Nunaviller to be facing. And she's able to find a spot down the line and tip it, knowing that Tom-Com has to stay back because they did not close the line on the block.
Tom-Com, great set without touching the net on the high pass. Offhand, Kayla Caffey, no. For the point, Morgan Lewis, yes. 10-10 in the second. Columbus won the first.
Another really nice rhythm set there from Nutsara Tom-Com feeding Morgan Lewis. Nutsara Tom-Com, like you mentioned, she's almost 40. She is so experienced internationally, professionally, with her national team for Thailand. She is going to continue feeding someone like Morgan Lewis as long as they're hitting hot like that.
Gift wrap service error for Omaha. Sarame high pass, joust, and dropped. Kayla Caffey. 12-10 Omaha.
It's a really smart play by Kayla Caffey. Knowing Tom-Com is front row, that ball comes tight. Tom-Com's really deceptive as a setter when she's trying to dump the ball, and Kayla is all over it. Great move by Caffey.
Another big crowd here tonight at CHI. 18 of the top 20 pro volleyball crowds ever have been in this building with the Novas playing. And a tool shot from Abby Walker.
It's a nice attack turn by Abby Walker, seeing the block and just turning it off of them. As a middle blocker, it's so important to misdirect the ball. You cannot hit everything straight ahead.
Tom-Com is getting everyone involved in red.
She is, and she's really good at doing that, keeping everybody involved. She's so experienced. I can't say enough good things about her. She's a great setter. She's a fun setter to play with. Her energy is great. She's so responsive to what her attackers want in terms of location, in terms of tempo. She's a great teammate to have.
How big a legend is she in her home country of Thailand?
Oh, she is a celebrity. We got to play some tournaments there with the national team where she was with the Thailand national team. And when they would show up to tournaments, there would be a packed crowd outside surrounding the arena, screaming like little kids seeing Taylor Swift when they would walk up. Their national team is literal celebrities.
13 apiece after the 8th block of the night by Columbus, and we are only midway through the second set. Reagan Cooper, kaboom!
There's the line shot that I was asking Omaha to hit right there. Reagan Cooper goes up knowing she's got Tom-Com on the line, finds that high ball down the line. That's a great swing by Reagan Cooper. I love it that she's finding that.
The reigning PVF Rookie of the Year, playing for Columbus last season. Reagan Cooper now in Omaha Supernova. Pass by Cox. She settled down in that category. Big shot back right. Morgan Lewis, why are the Novas struggling with that attack?
Right now, they're not closing the line on Morgan Lewis, and she's doing a really nice job seeing that opening and finding that just sliver of a line. If that ball goes straight down the line, Allison Witten's going to dig that ball. But it's just off the line to make Witten move, and that's a great spot for Morgan Lewis to attack.
The Fury have brought that energy tonight. Playing with pride. They are not headed to the playoffs. They do not look like an 8-16 team. And this swing, it works. Caitlin Horde, 15-14.
Caitlin Horde passing that short serve first, getting up ready to attack. She did. She mishit the ball on attacking, and it kind of flopped over. And Nutsara Tom-Com let it go, thinking it was out. It barely tagged the line for a point for Horde.
Cooper stays in their serve, and it goes into the net.
Omaha's working so hard for their points right now. It's tough to lose the ball back on an easy missed serve that Columbus doesn't have to work for.
Kaylee Cox, Missouri Tiger, and then Western Kentucky Hilltopper, service ace. Columbus 16 and Omaha 15. Immediate timeout in the second set. Columbus won the first. Come back to a jam-packed CHI Health Center Arena for more set 2 action after this. Caitlin Horde and the Supernovas trailing by 1. 60% of the way through the second set. She became the all-time block leader with 3 tonight, 77 for the season, trailing Ali Bastianelli, league leader, by 4. But right now, Omaha with their hands full against Columbus.
Omaha right now, they're playing all right, but I think they can play better. Janice Leal right now has been dominant at the net. Omaha needs to continue working to find a way around her, find other areas to attack.
Great pass by Reagan Cooper. Kelsey Payne blasts it. Chased down. Here comes Megan Lush. Nice up by Cooper. Kelsey Payne. Over dig, and Megan Lush brings it back. That's illegal at this level.
That is such a great heads-up play to make by Megan Lush.
And they win the point. Megan Lush goes under the net to the other side and brings it around, brings it back around the antenna.
Yes, as you can chase a ball under the net that goes over the net out of bounds, as long as you bring it back outside the antenna as it crosses back to your team side. That's such a heads-up play. It's a great play by Megan Lush.
You rarely see that. That was something. 17-15. 2-point lead by Columbus. Quick attack. Caitlin Horde. Get her the ball.
Caitlin Horde having success right now. She's not attacking very strong or hard. She's kind of mishitting the ball, but she's finding open places on the court. And that just goes to show hitting hard works, but you can also be smart and find open spots, and you don't have to crush the ball. She's doing a nice job hitting to open space.
Lexington, Kentucky native. Wow, what a recruiting battle there was for her. 4 years at Penn State. Final year, her 5th at Nebraska. 2022 season ended in the regional semis against Oregon. Morgan Lewis, Brooke Nunavilla, and Lewis gets the put away.
Smart tip there by Morgan Lewis. She's got Brooke Nunavilla blocking her, so it's not a small block, but she realizes Caitlin Horde is playing defense and tips short right over Brooke Nunavilla, and that's a tough ball for Caitlin Horde to chase down.
That's Allison Whitney, you saw, Creighton Blue Jay. Surprising contributor for Omaha this year, made the team, and is second libero tonight. Have 2 wearing the off jersey. And Phoebe Awalea just checked in and delivers on her first swing.
Great quick attack by Phoebe Awalea, again finding space in the court. You can see here she goes up, turns it, finds the space in the back of the court. Great swing by Phoebe Awalea.
She started the last 3 matches, played well.
She has done a nice job for Omaha. Bird mentioned that Kayla Caffey just had a nice week offensively in practice, and that's where they went back with Kayla starting in the middle.
19-17 after yet another Morgan Lewis kill against her former college teammate, Brooke Nunavilla. This is an inspired Fury team. What do you think of this double switch for Columbus?
I think it's a great double sub to use. They bring in Isabella Raypatch in the front row that gives them height blocking instead of having the shorter block of Nutsara Tomcom. Wilma Rivera has a great left-handed jump serve. She's been successful with that. So they get her back in the service line, and they can get a little bit of a spurt and kind of go on a run against Omaha to close this out. That's their thinking.
Near ace. Outside, Nunavilla needs it. Tipping, block back. Yes, the block touched it. Play continues. Nunavilla 10 feet away. That won't work. Here comes Columbus for a 3-point lead late in the second. Ray Potch, diving dig. Allie Witten. Cooper, pass away.
Allison Witten there with a great up on that ball, playing it up, making it a playable ball for Nazi Valentine Anderson, who finds Reagan Cooper out of the back row.
That was a fork in the road moment this second set.
That was. I think Columbus, if they win that point, they take off and they surge ahead. Omaha able to take back the control, and they have a shot to tie it up here.
Nunaviller back row. Great digger. One shoots it. Abby Walker blocked back by Phoebe Awalea. She just checked in. We're tied at 19.
Phoebe Awalea is brought in to provide a spark. She is doing that. She got a kill right off the bat. She comes in now with a nice block, stopping the Columbus middle on that quick attack they've been doing all night. Great move by Phoebe Awalea.
Finished at Minnesota after stops at Loyola Marymount and Georgia. Found a home in Omaha. Phoebe Awalea. Constant target. She's passed so well since early in the first. And guess who? Cooper and Awalea. 3 in a row. Huge juncture with Omaha trailing 1-0 3 straight to take a 1-point lead late in the second. This one still very much in the balance. Come back for more set 2 after you see this. This one closer than newlyweds. It's 20-19. Omaha late in the second after Columbus won the first 25-21. Nunaviller to Megan Lush. Nice pass. And great punch. Great up by Brooke Nunaviller. Rivera now into set. She's a lefty. Overdid. Rivera's going to set middles. Back row player. Tip shot by Walker. No. Cooper for the point. No. Middle back too low for Cox. She can only two-hand it. Cooper another try. Got it. 4 straight Omaha points. Nick of time.
Another really great rally there with some nice defensive plays, some nice blocking moves. Reagan Cooper able to score there. The Columbus block not quite getting over the net. She sneaks it through.
Native of Rowlett, Texas, Reagan Cooper made 3 stops in college. Served by Nunaviller. Quick attack. Abby Walker. Pass, set, kill.
Nice set by Wilmer Rivera there, finding her middle, getting Abby Walker up in the air quickly. Abby Walker able to turn it for the point.
Cincinnati Bearcat. Nice pass by Cooper. Nunaviller, yes. When in doubt, B and T. Brooke Nunaviller time.
And on that pass, Nazi got pushed back just a little bit. She's able to just throw it up, give Brooke something to work with, and Brooke doing the tool shot we've seen so many times.
Phoebe Awalea, 3 service errors in the Atlanta match. Hasn't done much digging either. They'll probably go right after her. Gets it in. Cox goes after her. Nunaviller steps in front of that dig. Cooper, kaboom!
That is Reagan Cooper's bread and butter. When she gets a set that dives just a little bit inside, she jumps to the ball, rips it down, sharp angle inside that block.
6 of the last 7 points belong to Omaha. Timeout, Columbus. How big a difference has Phoebe Awalea made here?
I think she's provided the spark Omaha needed that they were looking for. She's done a great job. She's come in and made several plays that resulted in points, but also made plays that were not necessarily points, but helped the momentum for Omaha.
Big ramifications for Omaha tonight, trailing 1-set love and clinging to a 1-game, half-game lead over second place Atlanta. Omaha does not want to drop. They're going to the playoffs for sure, but if you fall to 2, you play Orlando probably on the Final Four Super semifinal. But if you can stay at the top spot, you play either Indy or Grand Rapids, teams that Omaha's had a lot of success with. Orlando's a team that swept Omaha here earlier this year. You want to stay at number 1.
You definitely want to stay at number 1. You always want the better matchup. We can see here that who the Omaha Supernovas have coming up to play against. But for any team, the higher the seeding you get, the better your chances. And with Omaha's success against Indy and Grand Rapids, that would be a great matchup for them.
Atlanta on May 11th may determine who finishes number 1 in the regular season.
It very well could. Atlanta's been playing so hot. I believe they're on an 11-match win streak right now.
I share that belief. 11 in a row for Caleb Anwer's squad. Amalea with a dig, it travels across, and now another dig. The slide to Yoshi on a banjo, kaboom! They're coming off the bench. She's not just a great dancer.
And after this kill, Onabanjo turns around and yells for her team. She is bringing the heat. She's bringing the energy.
7 of the last 8 points belong to Omaha. Amalea gets another in. Overpass shot back on a banjo. Point, set, Omaha. Wow, that's a comeback.
That is a comeback, and that is a bench comeback. Both middles made a huge contribution when they had a chance to come in and change the game, and they did it.
Reagan Kilbert and the Supernovas have locked this one up at 1 apiece. Special story about the libero when we come right back. good one in Omaha. We are tied in sets at 1. Supernova towels are out. Fans are here. 18 of the 20 largest pro volleyball crowds ever have been in this building watching this team. And Omaha lost the first set, won the second. And a big reason for Columbus's success tonight, Nancy, is the blocking and attacking of Janice Liao. 7 blocks by herself, and she's got 3 kills and no errors, hit 600.
Her numbers are incredible. 7 blocks through 2 sets is an outstanding number. And then to have 3 kills on 5 attacks with 0 errors, that's a great hitting percentage for any player. Middles are typically higher because they typically have less of a block against them. But Liao has been doing a really nice job finding holes in the Omaha block and getting over the net to block against Omaha.
And block numbers are legit in the PVF. You don't share them. Like, it's just one player gets 1 block. No one shares them.
Exactly. So she's not getting credit for a ball she may not have even touched. That happens in college when they share blocks. A player could get credit they didn't even touch the ball. In the PVF, if you don't touch the ball, you don't get credit for it. So that's 7 balls she blocks straight down. That's amazing.
Janice Liao, 4th consecutive start. Prior to that, she hadn't even played a whole lot from New Bedford, Massachusetts. And one of the secrets of the Omaha Supernova comeback, and they're in the second set, Kelsey Payne, 7 kills, 1 error, hitting 267, the former KU Jayhawk. A lot of those kills coming out of the back row.
Kelsey Payne did have success out of the back row. She's doing a nice job keeping that ball high, swinging high hands, finding seams and holes in the block, hitting around the block. That's going to be her bread and butter. She can't hit down into the block. Find that outside hand of the outside blocker. That makes it a difficult ball for the defender to get to.
Kelsey Payne, hometown, Austin, Texas. Played at KU, got to a Final Four in this building in 2015. 6-year pro, played all over the world. Second most experienced Supernova, just behind the setter, Nati Valentine Anderson. This is a very young Supernova team.
It is young, and the coach doesn't like to talk about their youth because she doesn't want to give them a built-in mental excuse if things don't go well. But it's just a fact of life that experienced players can react to things differently. They can handle things differently because they've been through it more. And so that's why the experience of Nati Valentine Anderson, of Kelsey Payne, of Brooke Nunneveller, that's why that's so important for this team, is because they do have so many younger players who are still learning how to handle things, how to react to things.
How will Columbus react after being ahead 19-7 late in the second and then losing that second set? They were this close to a commanding 2-love lead.
Well, that's the beauty of volleyball, is the game forgets. Once the set finishes, the game forgets who won the last set. So I expect Columbus to come out and start just like they did in the first set, just like they did in the second set. They're going to come out and try to take over this match and try to dominate and set the tone again.
Festive CHI Health Center. Boy, this place is a mixer. You show up here single, probably not for long. Big crowd in attendance once again, and it's always festive.
It is. They've always got a great scene going on here. They've got great crowd support. They set the tone. They keep a great atmosphere. It's a fun place to be.
Volleyball after dark. And if you're under 8 years old and you don't have your face painted, you're not trying. We got all sorts of face painting deals up there in the concourse. Megan Cooper, another big block this time, not dropping it. The donut covered well. Columbus tip shot by Megan Lutz. Nice up, Kelsey Payne. Cooper getting a ton of swings tonight. 1-love, Supernovas.
That's a nice read by Kelsey Payne on that tip shot, seeing the set inside. She came underneath the block from the back row, knowing that tip was likely, playing off behind that block. But another great swing by Reagan Cooper, finding the edges of the block.
Nati Valentine Anderson. And that's a service ice. 2-love.
I like it that Omaha's going after Kaylee Cox on the serve. It can wear down players mentally and emotionally to have to deal with serve receiving so consistently over the course of a night. I think Omaha needs to stay away from Paula Sarame. She's done a nice job handling the serve receive. Continue serving the outsides and put the pressure on. You see there, Paula Sarame dives in front of Kaylee Cox to take some of that pressure off of her.
She's played well tonight, Sarame. Libero for Columbus.
She has. She's such a nice player. She's aggressive. She reads the ball well. And she actually, like we just mentioned, she takes the ball away from other players on serve receive to help take the pressure off of them.
Another dig for Sarame, and Megan Lutz finishes. A lot of fight left in Columbus.
For sure, Columbus is not going to give up. Megan Lush there doing a really nice job. She's got 1 blocker, hitting high hands. We see the Bolt 6 replay. It is out of bounds, but it was off the blocker's hands first.
Here she is, Janice Liao. One of 6 children and just wide with that serve.
Great job by Reagan Cooper. Janice Liao's trying to pin Reagan Cooper to the line and make her pass that ball. Reagan got all the way to the line to confirm that it was out.
And Liao exits for 2.5 rotations. Here's Reagan Cooper, who plays all 6. Kaylee Cox, the constant target. Not a great pass. Lewis still delivers. Wow, how great a second contact was that?
Well, it was. It's such a good controlled ball, and Morgan Lewis doing such a nice job attacking that ball. That was a great serve by Reagan Cooper, but Columbus handled it really well.
Not teed. Wow. Phoebe Awalea. Kaboom.
That's something Coach Bird has mentioned several times, that in their middles especially, she said all 4 players can contribute, and it's just depends who's been playing well this week in practice. And we see Phoebe Awalea tonight coming out, having a great match so far for Omaha.
No service errors yet from Phoebe. She's dug okay until that jinx.
That's your fault. You just jinxed her.
Don't do that.
You never talk about service errors before they serve.
So it's 4-3 Omaha. College's middles usually give way to the liberos to serve. Good shot by Kelsey Payne. Over dig and just wide. We're going to go to the Bolt 6. Let's take a look.
The Columbus players were actually saying it was in after it landed. It's on the far side from us. We don't have a good angle, but all the Columbus players were saying it was in after the ball landed.
Fury is furious at this juncture about that call. Bolt 6 is getting a workout.
Bolt 6 has been busy tonight. There have been a lot of plays challenged. I'm not sure all of them were intentional. I think the first set there were, I'm sorry, the second set there were a couple.
I think they're challenging whether there's a touch on this. Maybe Brooke Nunaville had reached out right before it fell.
That's an interesting challenge. I didn't see Brooke make any move that would have indicated going towards the ball. It looked to me like she backed away and pulled away from the ball. Maybe they think it skimmed her body as it fell down.
This might take all 30 cameras, maybe Bolt 7 required for this one. It was, if she did touch it, it was very quick. 5-3 for the moment. Omaha, and there's your Liberty First scoreboard, brought to you by Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. It's Laura Bird-Kuhn, longtime assistant coach at Kansas, loves Kansas. That job became open this year. Matt Ulmer ultimately took it. Kansas is in town to play Nebraska tomorrow night in an exhibition 60 miles away, and nobody touched it.
And it wasn't even close. That's a really interesting challenge to use, because it really wasn't close to either of the players.
Bolt 6 up to the task. As always, 5-3. Back row Morgan Lewis, kaboom. That's her 11th kill of the night. She's the only player in double digits in that category so far.
Morgan Lewis has been consistent for Columbus. And Sarah Tomcom, when I played with her also, she relied heavily on the opposite, and internationally that's typically the way teams are set up. But she has not changed that. She's going to Morgan Lewis consistently tonight and getting the results they want.
You love that. You were the opposite. Meanwhile, not teeth fools everybody in Dodge County. 6-4.
And I like that play by Nati, especially because Nutsara is front row. Back row, she's a very good defensive player. Nati, knowing that she's got Morgan Lewis playing defense back there, is a little bit more likely to score on that.
Kaylee Cox with a give and go. 6-5. You wonder what Columbus's record would be if they'd been able to sign Nutsara Tomcom before the season rather than 55-60% into the season.
That's a really good question, because she is literally a game changer as a setter. And for a hitter to have a setter like that feeding you the ball, it can really build confidence as well, which could change how some of these players have played for the season too.
Only 2 players on the Columbus team came into this match hitting more than 200 for the year. And that's after Tomcom's been around for 7 matches, when those attack percentages have risen. We told you in college those middles often defer to the liberos to serve.
They don't have quite as many reps.
Kaylee Cox back to serve.
And Janice Liao back in there to patrol the middle for Columbus. Allie Witten, Columbus Creighton Blue Jay, nice pass. Slide by Banjo, not down. Megan Lutz, she's done it all. 2 hands at this time. Banjo, block back. Reagan Cooper, Jay Hoxley either pin. Morgan Lewis tipping block back. Good cover by Liao. Put home by Phoebe Alaleo. Pinball action. 8-6 Omaha.
That was some great team play by Omaha. Brooke Nuneviller has a great cover ball off a block. Phoebe Alaleo up there at the net sees it and just slams it home. Great dunk play.
Phoebe lost the ball. Hey, there it is. Kaylee Cox, they're going after her. That's a second ace in this set by Nati Valentin Anderson. She doesn't pile them up, but she usually takes you out of your offense. She's got a bedeviling serve.
She does it. Nati does a good job there putting that on Kaylee Cox's right hip where Paula Sarame cannot jump in front of her and take it away. That's a great spot to serve.
And
here Paula Sarame jumps in front.
Yep. Oh, Lutz unable to get it over.
It's a great idea by Lush there. She sees the tip coming over on the right side, but Nati Valentin Anderson was all over that if it came over. It's a great read by Nati on defense.
Megan Lutz finished in 15 at Penn State, and she had 2 national championships. The last 2 they got in an 8-year stretch, seeing Penn State winning 6 titles. Kelsey Payne, no. Lush, yes.
Megan Lush there doing a really nice job hanging and hitting high hands on the block. Omaha's got a big block in her face there between Kelsey Payne and Phoebe Awalea, but she hits high hands and the ball kind of wiggles its way through for the point.
Janice Leon. Brooke Nuneviller goes after the big middle, and that's a point for Omaha.
It's a nice swing by Brooke Nuneviller, seeing the block in front of her and turning it around. Going back to Janice Liao playing defense back there. Again, middles, not quite as many reps. It's a great attack angle by Brooke.
Liao, 5 years at University of Miami. Here's Reagan Cooper, out of bounds.
Reagan Cooper there serving aggressive, just missing a little bit wide. Paula Sarame there was in zone 1, so I'm assuming they're trying to take out the slide behind Tomcom with that serve.
Nice pass by Witten. Omaha going with 2 liberos. Kaboom, Kelsey Payne.
Nati Valentin Anderson did a great job there pushing the ball all the way back to Kelsey Payne. Kelsey Payne waiting for the ball to pass the block and then ripping it outside the block back into the court so it's not straight down the line. That's a really nice shot.
Nancy, 2 right-handed opposites, right-siders, leading their respective teams in kills. Why at the professional level is that fairly typical?
Well, because the outsides are going to get a lot of swings on out-of-system balls, but the opposites can be an in-system option that's viable front row and back row. They also get a lot of swings, but typically more in-system balls, which are easier to kill than an out-of-system ball.
The higher the level, the more involved offensively are the right sides. And they're going to call 4 touches against Omaha. Or under the net.
I believe they called a back row attack on Nati. That ball was in the plane, and she was able to play it and keep it on Omaha's side, but because Columbus touched it, that's a back row attack.
Uh-oh, Cooper sends her libero Witten backwards. Nice second contact. Nuneviller unable to drop it. Surame to Morgan Lewis. She's got 12 kills.
Morgan Lewis is hitting a heavy ball right now, and she's going after everything. Sometimes as a hitter, you just feel it. You are in a rhythm. That is where Morgan Lewis is right now.
She wants the ball. Cox to tie it. Tomcom chooses. Kaylee Cox down.
There's that speed on the go set again from Nutsara Tomcom. For Kaylee Cox, that's a great tempo because she's able to get up and find a hole in the block instead of facing two big blockers who are set up over the net waiting for her.
Tom rarely attacks herself. She has just 1 kill in her 7.5 matches as the setter. Nuneviller cross court, in.
That's a great angle by Brooke Nuneviller. I actually thought it was going to go wide long, as did Columbus. She finds the sideline and tags it inbounds.
First place in the PVF versus 8th place, and it's closer than a twin blade shave. Morgan Lewis, straight up by the former Creighton Blue Jay libero, Allie Witten. Ooh, tip shot by Nuneviller.
That's a tough one. Brooke Nuneviller just missing it and not being able to get enough power on the ball to tip it over. Really nice defensive play, though, by Allison Witten there, popping that ball up.
Here's Abby Walker, the former Cincinnati Bearcat. Meanwhile, Orlando has defeated Indy tonight 3-1. So it looks like Orlando will finish 3rd at the end of the season. And Indy and Grand Rapids getting closer and closer for that final 4th spot. Indy leading, and Nuneviller delivers.
That's a great set there on the tempo from Nati to Brooke Nuneviller. She's getting her a quicker ball in that set, and Brooke is able to deliver, finding a spot between the blockers, finding a hole on the court. I really like that tempo from Nati to Brooke.
Attendance tonight, 9,517. Kaylee Cox blocked! Toyosi, Anabanjo, 15-13.
Toy Onabanjo there is over the net. She is such a great blocker. She gets in front, presses over, and it is just a wall for Columbus.
She's only played 8 sets out of 89 this season, but she's looking like a starter right now. Onabanjo, the first-round pick this season for Omaha. Great rescue by Brooke. Reagan. Kaylee Cox to quiet the crowd. She does.
That time Kaylee Cox going off the block, but Nati Valentine Anderson on the first attack of that rally had a really nice blocking move and got a great touch to pop it up, and Brooke Nuneviller with pursuit almost into the stands beside the court, pops it back into the court. That kind of hustle is what keeps pulling your team along, especially for some of these younger players that we talked about. Seeing your veterans hustle like that makes you want to hustle for the veterans. It really pulls that team together.
Just the 3rd set. We started late, 8 o'clock, volleyball after dark. And it's our Tomcom service out, 16-14 Nuneviller, and the Super. The skating ribbon in downtown Omaha, a few blocks from here, rollerblading during these months, and ice during the winter. Meanwhile, in here, it is well lit, 16-14 volleyball after dark. Novas up by 2, are locked in sets 1 apiece. Morgan Lewis looking for yet another kill, and just wide. She's mortal.
Here we can see the in-out again from the Bolt 6. That ball barely missing down the sideline. Morgan Lewis trying to take advantage of the shorter block of Nati Valentine Anderson there.
She's got 12 kills. It's a rare error tonight for the former Oregon Duck. Quick attack. And Janice Leal, another. She's got 7 blocks by herself. It's her 4th kill.
Janice Lee out there doing a nice job getting that quick tempo set from Nutsara Tomcom, and she turns it to the side. Call that wrist away, back to zone 5 or the left back of the court around the block.
Miami Hurricane played 5 years there. Witten, the target, nice pass. Big swing, Nunaviller, great up though. Lush roll shots it. Here come the Novas. The slide, PV Awalea, just long. Omaha thinks there's a black touch. We'll take a listen. Yep, there's the
buzzer.
sign. There's the buzzer. We're going to the Bolt 6 again. Bolt 6 is working as hard as any of the players tonight.
The Bolt 6 has been well used.
17-16 Omaha. Is this good for the long-term prospects of Omaha and the playoff chances? A close match like this against Columbus, or is this a red flag, a concerning sign?
I mean, it can go either way. I think it's good that they're going to have to find a way, right? As a team, they have to find a way to pull together, find a way to score points and win matches. I don't think mentally it's a big deal that it's Columbus, a team that they've handled easily, because Columbus looks so different tonight than the first 3 times they met. Nutsara Tomcom has completely revamped and changed the offense of Columbus. She's made them so much more potent offensively. It's a different team, and so I don't think it's necessarily a negative for Omaha to be like, man, we beat these teams so early, so much easily early in the season, and now we're struggling, because Columbus is a lot better. They look a lot better tonight than they did earlier in the season. But for Omaha, they've got to battle through this and find a way. You don't want to go into the postseason sinking down into losses. And so they've got to find a way to pull together, find a way to find a win.
Tomcom turns 40 this year. How much longer do you think she can play?
I mean, she is one of the players, and as a setter, I think you have a longer longevity for your career than as an attacker.
Because
less pressure on your shoulders. You're not swinging your shoulder out every match. You're not jumping the same way an attacker jumps. But I think it just depends on how long she wants to play. I mean, she's such a good player, and she's so experienced that she sees the game so well. She understands the game so well that I think her career is as long as she wants it to be at this point. I know that before she came to join Columbus, she was in Thailand running youth camps. And so that seems like a really natural progression for her once she quits playing to step into coaching and or running camps where she teaches groups of players and kind of continuing the love of volleyball in her country.
question is, was there a net violation? If it's hair, that's acceptable. And so that does not count as a net violation against Columbus. Point Columbus, 17-16. They're trying to tie it. Back right, Kelsey Payne, and rescued by Cox. Here comes a free ball back. Megan Lush, such a smart player. Nati fakes the attack, but Reagan Cooper gets blocked anyway as Janice Liao not fooled.
And Reagan Cooper looked a little out of sorts on that attack, like her timing wasn't quite right. She wasn't quite in the right location. She was falling off sideways. It's really important when you're attacking, get your feet to the ball so you're jumping straight up and straight down. You hit at your highest point then. 10
blocks for Columbus in the match, and they've tied it after 3 straight. Payne winds up, unloads, kaboom!
It's a nice feed by Nati Valentine Anderson. Here we see the replay down the line, and that was significantly in. Great attack by Kelsey Payne, getting to the ball like we talked about, getting her feet there and attacking hard down the line.
Nati Valentine Anderson, an ageless setter herself. 2 service aces in this third set, nearly a third. Tough shot coming from Lewis. Overdig, they'll have another chance on the free ball. And it's Liao, one-arm dig by Brooke Nunaville. Kelsey Payne for the finish, no. Columbus to tie it, back row, Kaylee Cox, and great cover by Surama. And it drops.
That's such a frustrating play. Columbus is scrambling. They have to free ball it over, and Omaha does not communicate. They end up losing a free ball point. That should be an in-system. Someone else take the ball, let the setter set, and we run an in-system play and we score quickly. Those kind of miscommunications are things that Omaha needs to work out.
Beta Dumancic comes in to play middle, and she immediately gets a block. Dumancic just checked in, 10-year veteran from Croatia, played for Clemson a decade ago.
Dumancic there doing a really nice job getting her hands over the block, and she just floats with Phoebe Awalea there closing over in the seam.
Angel Perez, the head coach, is pushing all the right buttons. Phoebe Awalea, yes!
Awalea with the kill.
Awalea there coming back with something different, tipping around the block and finding an opening on the court.
So Caitlin Hort and Kayla Caffey started at middle, and now it's Phoebe Awalea and Toyosi Anabanjo in those positions.
It is, and I think Coach Bird is just trying to find something different. Sometimes you need a spark, and we saw the middles come in the second set. They were able to provide that spark, and I think when something's working, you go with it, and that's what Bird's doing right now. The middles are doing a great job, and that doesn't mean Caitlin and Kayla were not doing good. It just means this is working, so let's stay with it.
Omaha trailed 19-17 late in the second, came back and won it 25-20. Service error, 1-point ball game.
Now we see the double sub coming back in again for Columbus. We're going to get Wilma Rivera with that left-handed jump serve. Coming into serve, and Isabella Raypach in the front row, giving them a bigger block look for Omaha to try and attack around.
Columbus having fun. They're playing loose, nothing to lose. They're not going to the playoffs. They're down to 3 matches after this. Trying to pull a surprise here in Omaha over first place Supernovas. Atlanta watching this one closely. A loss by Omaha, and we've got a tie at the top of the standings. And these two teams will play on May 11th in Atlanta. There's Wilma Rivera about to serve. Nearly 10,000 in attendance tonight. She started at Penn State, finished up at Louisville, led them to the 2017 ACC title, their first ACC Conference Championship. And Danny Busboom Kelly was just getting started. She came to the match the other night to watch her former Louisville Cardinal Aiko Jones go crazy against Omaha. The three-set sweep by Atlanta.
Aiko had some success against Omaha. Atlanta played well. Omaha did not play well. Honestly, Atlanta's a great team, and we saw on Saturday night what they're capable of. But I think Omaha did not play well. They weren't aggressive with their serving. They weren't communicating well. They didn't have the spark of energy they typically play with. And it made Atlanta look even better than they are.
Danny Busboom Kelly, of course, the brand spanking new head coach of Nebraska volleyball after John Cook retires after a quarter century at the helm. Danny Busboom Kelly, 8 years at Louisville, 3 of the last 4 in the Final Four. 2 of those Final Fours, the championship match.
And what Danny has been able to do at Louisville while she was there is just, it's insane, because she was able to bring a program that had no success to speak of up until that point and take them to that level
with the top 25
so quickly.
Occasionally.
The top 25, but no national championships, no Final Fours, and she did that fairly quickly. So that's just a really outspoken testament to her legacy that she was able to do that. And I think the Husker fans are excited to see her back in Lincoln now and see her take over the program from Coach Cook. They know that he left it in good hands. They're excited to see what kind of little twist she puts on it and puts her own stamp on the program, but they realize she's going to continue a lot of the same things because she learned a lot of what she does from Coach Cook, both as a player under him and then as an assistant coach for him.
We've had more meetings tonight than the United Nations. I think I heard the chair official say we're on hold right now.
We're on hold. Something about they're having a problem with the system right now.
Okay, technology works great until it just doesn't.
Until it doesn't, and then nobody knows how to
But right up
make it
until
work
then,
again.
is it dynamite. So fans, the players have been dancing around. The fans have been kind of enjoying themselves. But this was a match that began at 8 o'clock Central Time because it followed the University of Omaha and Creighton volleyball exhibition. Won by Creighton 2-1. Brian Rosen made his debut as the head coach of Creighton. We've had a lot of coaching changes here in the collegiate volleyball ranks of late in this neck of the woods. Kirsten Bernthal Booth resigned. And we're going to step aside as folks are showcasing their offspring. More set 3 when we come right back. 19 Columbus. Huge juncture in this one. We're in the third set, tied in sets. Allie Witten, good pass. Brooke Nuneviller, kaboom! She welcomed the delay. She looked fresh on that one.
She did. She's ready to go. Allie Witten started off with a perfect pass. Nati Valentin Anderson with that quick tempo set to Brooke Nuneviller that allows her to beat the block and find the sidelines.
There's Allie Batenhorst checking in for the first time tonight. Former Husker for 3 seasons. 1 season at USC, 6 rotation player last fall. Good pass by Lush, gets it back, swings. Allie Batenhorst, a nice first contact, back row attack. Reagan Cooper, no. Rivera in there to set. End game here in the third. Kelsey Payne. Rivera feeds. Lepach and Batenhorst dig Charles backwards. Beautiful chase, but a little late. Reagan Cooper, great effort. 21-20 Columbus trying to take it 2-1 lead.
That game for Omaha, number 17, Phoebe Arulea. Serving Megan Courtney.
Megan Lush. Nati sets right side without touching the net somehow. And now it's the Fury. Really caught straight up by Nati Valentin Anderson. Omaha needs it. Brooke Nuneviller. Doug. Megan Lush. Right side attack. Lepach point. Columbus 2-point lead.
There's a nice dig in that rally for Omaha, but Isabella Rapach did a really great job on that transition ball, hitting high hands over the top of the block, getting enough of a touch to get called, but going too far out of reach for the defense.
Lush serves into the net. They're never well timed, but that was particularly inopportune.
Agreed. Service errors are never awesome to have, but after 20 points, it's especially horrible.
Pass by Kaylee Cox. Rapach nearly dropped it. Tight to the net. Brooke can only left-hand it over. For a 2-point lead late in the third. Rapach, no. Nati outside. Brooke, wow, giving it everything, but she mishits it into the antenna. For 23-21, Columbus.
There's a nice chase down by Omaha. I'd like to see Allison Witten take that ball with her hands and just set it to Nati to keep them in tempo, keep her on the net. It's a tough ball for Brooke to attack. It's too wide and she hits the antenna.
Huge juncture in this match right here. Back row. Reagan Cooper can only tip it. Timing was off. Fed to the right. Pin. Rapach blocked back. Covered. Across. Great chance for the Novas. It's going to be on a Benjo. That's one.
That whole play, Omaha looked really out of sorts. There was a lot of scrambling and hesitating, and I'm not sure how Onabanjo got that point because it didn't even look like she was approaching for a slide. Somehow it paid off. Omaha right now, settle down. Let's get the next point and move forward.
Served by Brooke just over. Takes them out of their offense. Big swing, wow. Out of system kill, Isabella Rapach.
That's a huge swing by Rapach. That's an out of system ball coming from a non-setter from all the way across the court. High, slow, you know you have a big block. Rapach does a great job waiting and tooling it off the block.
Boy, Columbus does a great job of saving their subs. You only get 8. They do one more double sub. Tom-com back row. 2 set point chances. Timeout Omaha. My goodness. This one closer than anticipated. Columbus has come in here and looked like a playoff-bound team with their brand new setter, giving Omaha all it can handle with big blocking and also opportune out-of-system kills by both right sides, Isabella Rapach, but also Morgan Lewis leading Columbus in kills for the match. They've got a lot of weapons, and with a swashbuckling setter, Omaha's defense not sure where the ball's coming from.
Agreed. Right now, Columbus's offense is kind of throwing Omaha for a loop, but that's something that Bird talked about. She said, we know they're opposites, no matter who it is. They're a potent offensive attacker. We need to set up our block very well on those players so that our defense can play around them. And right now, the offensive play from the Columbus opposites has been very strong.
No school tomorrow. These kids are going to be just fine.
It's fine. It's volleyball after dark. They got nowhere else to be.
If this keeps going at this tempo, it could be volleyball this morning. 24-22. How big is this serve receive?
Oh, this point is huge. Obviously, I mean, if Columbus scores off this serving attempt, they're going to win this set, and that puts them up 2-1. But for Omaha, they want to get this side out, so they give themselves a chance.
Slide on a banjo, not that time. Witten getting a lot of touches. Second libero. Kelsey Payne, no. For the set, Haley pushing not down. Now Reagan Cooper, that is.
Reagan Cooper finding the court, cross court on that attack. Allison Witten, we haven't seen her a lot this season, but she's done a really nice job with the opportunities she's had tonight. She's playing great defense when she's in there.
Kaylee Cox had a swing for the third set. And it's Lindsay Krause with a chance to serve for the second time tonight after this Columbus timeout. Her first attempt did not get over the net. Krause, former two-time Gatorade Player of the Year from the state of Nebraska. That was high school before she played for the Huskers for 4 years, with a huge moment in this match and season ensuing after this timeout.
Well, this is a really difficult ball for Krause to come in and have to serve well, because you can't just give Columbus an easy serve. They will handle it, they will run their fast offense, and it'll be really tough to stop them. But she's coming off the bench. She hasn't been in the match for several minutes now. She's got to come in and hit a good serve, and now it's been delayed even more by the timeout. So that's a tough spot for Krause. Lindsay Krause right now has her work cut out for her. Mentally, she's just got to buckle down, focus on what she knows, concentrate on the things that she needs to, how she contacts the ball, where she's serving, those kinds of things. Keep her focus on that.
Serving sub for Toyosi on a banjo. The middle is rotating back. Instead, it's Lindsay Krause. Papillion, La Vista native. Grew up in Papillion, played for Omaha Scott. Here comes the serve. It's in.
Great serve. Did a good job driving that deep.
Serve by attack by Morgan Lewis, blocked back. For the set, Kaylee Cox blocked back. Joust to swing. Alea, we're tied, 24-8.
And that's such a huge point for Omaha, because Lindsay Krause comes in and nails a great serve. Omaha's block does what it is supposed to. They set up well on the right side and then finish it by killing the overpass.
Krause gets a second chance. It's in, tough serve, wow. Near ace, free ball back. She did her job. Cooper, kaboom! Not a great first contact, but it worked out for Omaha.
That's a great swing by Reagan Cooper, but that free ball contact needs to be better. Brooke Nunneveller was very clear. She communicated early, but then the pass she put up for Nati did not have anywhere else to go. Reagan Cooper doing a great job finding the court around the block for that kill.
Staring at the abyss, Omaha sides out. Lindsay Krause enters, two more, and now Omaha with a chance to finish off the third set.
And what a turnaround. Omaha, a few points ago, literally they were staring down the barrel of a gun. They thought this set was probably out of reach. And they come in, they make a few great plays. They have some subs who come in and make great plays. Now they're feeling new life. If they win this, they go up 2-1, and that's a lot better place to be sitting watching from than down 1-2.
Neither team has had more than a 2-point advantage since 17-14 Omaha in this set. Their last lead was 18-17. Now it's 25-24.
It is. It's such a close match now. Every point counts, as it always does, but this crowd is getting fired up again now too. And Bird has talked about, as the coach of the Supernovas, how much this team feeds off the energy of the crowd. This crowd right now is huge for Omaha.
This set just turned around when Lindsay Krause entered.
It did. She's done a great job with the opportunity she's had. She's come in, her first serve, she made a good serve, kept it in play. Her second serve, she went after it and got Columbus out of system.
Now for the set. It's in. Good pass, though, by Sarame. Quick attack in the middle. Leal block back. Lewis tips it, diving up. Now, Reagan Cooper, kaboom! 4 in a row to finish off Columbus in the third set.
Reagan Cooper coming up big for Omaha at the end offensively. But let's talk about defensively. Nati blocking at the net. Columbus throws the ball deep, and Kelsey Payne is there to make the play.
3-set, Lindsay Krause serves 3 straight. Supernova points. We go to the fourth. We go to the fourth. And Lindsey Krause and the Supernovas are up 2-1. Columbus, Nancy, will think back what might have been. They led 19-17 in the second, and 24-22 in the third. And Omaha won both sets, but there's an issue that Omaha needs to take care of.
I really believe they need to clean up their free ball passing, taking care of the ball on the easy plays. They had several miscommunications that set. Several free balls that they passed over or didn't pass at all or passed into the net. Those are the easy plays. Omaha needs to clean those up. They clean those up, you take the wind out of the sails of a team like Columbus.
Free ball, that first contact should send it right to the head of the setter.
I mean, it should be we call it a dime pass. It literally falls where the setter is standing at the net. A third of the way from the right side, 2/3 of the way from the left side, rises and falls right on the setter's head. On a free ball, you should expect that. And as a setter, Nati Valentin-Anderson should hold her team accountable to that as well, because they are more than capable. That's a focus, concentration issue. It's a communication issue sometimes, but that's a really easy thing for Omaha to clean up. I'm impressed that they were able to come back and win it with those miscommunications that they had.
Wilma Rivera is going to start at setter for set 4 for Columbus, and Beta Dumancic will start in the middle. She got a nice block and a nice dig there late in the third set. Interesting substitution patterns employed by both coaches.
It is, and I think with Columbus it's a little bit more interesting because Newt Sara has been doing such a nice job for them at the setting position. I honestly think the coach is just trying to try something else, kind of mix it up a little bit, see if this gives them a little bit better matchups, possibly defensively blocking at the net, that kind of thing.
But the two backup middles are in for Omaha. We got the backup libero in for Omaha. We've got some wholesale changes at 3 different spots for Columbus. Wow. Megan Lush wants to play 5 tonight.
Megan Lush comes ready to play every ball, and again there, Wilma Rivera runs her on that inside set. It's usually called a hut. It can be called a 32. It just drifts just over the middle, and so it kind of sets up an off-speed thing for the right side and middle blockers to try and decide who they're going to block.
Nice, decent pass by Reagan Cooper. Quick attack, Phoebe Awalea. Tied at 1 in the 4th.
And you talked about Omaha having both their backup middles in. Their backup middles have been doing a really nice job for them tonight, and that's something Bird has mentioned several times during the season, is that all 4 middles are capable and more than able to fill that spot, and they're showing it tonight.
Reagan Cooper sends it to the back middle. Kaylee Cox, not a great pass. Morgan Lewis looking for another kill, gets it.
That ball Kaylee Cox stayed with and actually came in front of Paula Sarame to pass. But I'm more impressed with Morgan Lewis hitting that deep, high shot to deep cross-court corner, zone 1. Finds openings and is able to get the kill.
Cooper unable to handle that one. Great chase, Nati. Free ball across. Megan Lush, big rip, block touch. Oh, they're going to go to a old 6 review, I think. No. Nope, Megan Lush says don't do it, don't do it. Yellow leg, pushes it over. Well done. Rivera to her middle, Dumancic, and they go after Awalea, and it drops.
It's a nice connection by Wilma Rivera with Beta Dumancic there. Dumancic coming behind and just cuts it back away from her body to zone 5, and it falls.
Served by Megan Lush, nice pass. Cooper, tips shot, Brooke Nunaville, not this time. Tips at this level, rarely fall. Free ball over. The slide on a banjo, not this time. Morgan Lewis bangs another. 13 kills. She is the match leader.
Morgan Lewis has been the workhorse for Columbus tonight. They are going to her on a lot of different kinds of looks. That ball, a really tough higher ball. She's able to knock it off the top of the net, and it falls over the net.
Lush, who's got 7 kills in the match, feels like a lot more than that. Serves it, Kelsey Payne knocked down. Lewis, another. No. Great anticipation by Allie Witten. Here come the Fury, that won't work. Free ball over, ooh, might have been long. Down 2, Kelsey Payne tips. Sarame looking for an assist, gets it.
That's a nice set by Paula Sarame there, leading Morgan Lewis. Morgan Lewis has been staying aggressive. She is going after these attacks and really staying aggressive every time she's contacting the ball. Omaha in that rally had a lot of opportunities, and they look just out of sorts, like their timing isn't quite right at this moment, so they're going to want to get that cleaned up.
Miller goes after Sarame, finished up at Indiana after starting as a Florida Gator. Kill by Kaylee Cox, 2 in that block, 6-2. Columbus, they win this set. We're going 5.
Columbus right now looks really smooth on offense. It's not usual when you switch setters like that, but Wilma Rivera is doing a nice job running the offense and keeping them feeling in rhythm.
Timeout, Omaha. We're in the 4th. 2 sets, 1. Novus. Omaha Supernova Volleyball on the NCN is presented by Barry Law. If you've been seriously injured, just call Barry Law. Megan Lush into the net. Never want to serve into the net, especially after an opponent's timeout.
After a timeout, one of those forbidden error times.
Kaylee Cox looking for her 11th kill. Great up, Kelsey Payne. Brooke Nunaviller, yes, her 12th.
That's a great, smart swing by Brooke Nunaviller. She's still hitting hard, but finding the hands of the block and tooling it out of bounds. Kelsey Payne there with a phenomenal dig on defense.
Rivera pulled off the net. Middle back tip shot. Lewis, that's out of bounds. It starts with the pass. 6-5, 3 in a row now for Omaha, trailing by 1.
It does start with a pass. Kelsey Payne serving there, coming straight down the line after Kaylee Cox again, keeping the pressure on her. Leads to an okay pass. Morgan Lewis makes the error on the attack.
The slide to Nancic, and drills it to the deck.
That's a nice angle by Dumancic on that slide attack. She's going up and cutting it back inside the block.
Played at Clemson. Croatian national teamer, 10-year pro. Came in for Abby Walker at middle. Here comes a slide on a banjo, out of bounds. So after 4 in a row, Omaha gives 2 back.
Here we can see the replay from the Bolt 6, and it's significantly out of bounds. On a banjo, just missing a little bit wide.
That's Nancy Metcalf, 3-time first-team All-American, former Olympian. My name's John Baylor, courtside CHI Health Center, downtown Omaha. Omaha wins this set. Nearly 10,000 empty into the old market. Columbus fans, it was only the 5th. Morgan Lewis, she's got the howitzer out tonight.
Morgan Lewis is doing a great job for Columbus. Offensively, she has been their go-to player, and she has come through time after time. She's finding the outside edges of the block, finding the openings on the court. And she's hitting with power.
Nati chooses on a banjo. More slides than a playground. 9-6.
Nice slide attack by Onabanjo. She finds the outside hands there of Kaylee Cox. Here we can see Kaylee Cox, the only blocker with her. Onabanjo turns it off her hand, which makes it hard for the defense.
$11 blocks for Columbus. They had 6 after 1 set. So the block party got broken up. Kick shot, Morgan Lewis, block back. Great cover by Rivera. Here come the red-clad Fury. Kaylee Cox, 11 kills tonight. Got a lot of weapons over there in red.
They do have a lot of weapons, and they need a setter who can feed them the ball in tempo. Both setters, both Nutsara Tomcom and Wilma Rivera tonight, have been doing a really nice job with tempo for their hitters.
Rivera looking for her first ace. What a wicked lefty jump serve, and she's got it.
What did I tell you about saying that before they serve?
I thought it was supposed to jinx him. That didn't jinx him.
Well, you didn't talk about an error. Brooke Nuneviller, they're collided, I think, going down for the ball. I think she'll be okay. Just needs a minute. But that's the deception of Wilma Rivera's serve, is she can go up and turn it on and just crank that serve. She puts some heat behind it. That's a tough ball to handle.
Native of Puerto Rico, Wilma Rivera. There's Brooke Nuneviller. Rivera plays on the Puerto Rican national team. Not the only one who's done so in this match tonight. And misfired. Jump servers are often feast or famine.
It can be feast or famine. That is very true. It's also true that with jump servers, a lot of times they get into a rhythm the more they serve. Wilma Rivera comes out and rips the ball on her first serve. She's not waiting to get into a rhythm.
That, a moment ago, was her 37th service ace in this league, third all-time in that category. Morgan Lewis, nice up by Brooke Nuneviller, chased down, tight to the net. Here come the Fury. Morgan Lewis, not this time, no touch.
That time Morgan Lewis looking for high hands on the block and just missing. And when you go for high hands and miss, it typically sails long, because if that touches the block, it's out of play. But when you miss, it looks really bad too.
We started with nearly 10,000 despite the late hour. Very few have left. This one's still very much in the balance. Set 4, Omaha 2-1. Comeback wins in sets 2 and 3. And nice kill by Janice Leo.
Nice kill by Janice Leo. Nice pickup on the service seed by Kaylee Cox there. That's a ball that dropped in front of her, and she somehow managed to get under that and scoop it up. Give Wilma Rivera something to set their middle with.
Leo has been a force. She has 7 blocks. That was her 5th kill. Kaylee Cox to the back row. She's been a fixture at the outside. Nice pass. Give and go. Reagan Cooper. Yes.
Reagan Cooper with her bread and butter again. Jumping up, falling inside the block, getting that sharp angle.
They're not booing. That's Cooper. I learned that when Lou Piniella was patrolling right field for the Yankees. They're not booing. Lewis, another, not this time. Former college teammate, digs her. Brooke Nuneviller, now Reagan Cooper. Here come the Fury. Megan Lush off the block and out of here. 13-9 Columbus. They want to play 5.
They want to keep going. They're here to win. They're not here to just play 3 sets and leave. They want to play and they want to win. Megan Lush doing a nice job there. Again, finding the edges of the block. It's a great attack.
You're here. You made the trip. Let's keep playing.
They think, why not?
You got to earn it.
That's right.
Megan Lush, Megan Courtney at Penn State years ago. Played pro all over the world. Now she's part-time help with the Ohio State Buckeye men's volleyball team. Back row killed.
That's a nice offensive play there for Omaha, running the middle on a quick attack right in front, and Brooke Nuneviller's back row attack right off the heels of that. That tempo is 1-2 popping for the outside, or sorry, for the outside hitter from Omaha coming up the middle back.
Both outsides, lots of swings, and neither has taken a break. Here's one of them, Reagan Cooper for the Supernovas. Exploding Stars. Quick kill for Domancic.
Veda Domancic is connecting really well with Wilma Rivera now too on her quick attacks. It's so important for setters to keep that ball high enough for middle so they're not having to drop their arm to hit. And Wilma Rivera is doing a great job keeping Domancic high.
Tough serve. Great pass by Allie Witten. A kill! Brooke Nuneviller, how tough a pass was that?
That was a really tough pass, but Allison Witten doing what she does best and popping it up, making it look good. Nati Valentine Anderson giving Brooke Nuneviller a quick tempo set here, and Brooke just going up and destroying this ball cross court.
Allie Witten, what an addition she has been. She started at Morehead State, transferred to Creighton, stuck around to play pro ball. Lush, a tip shot, nice punch in the air by McCoy on a banjo. The slide, wow. Domancic doesn't play a whole lot. She looks like a starter right now.
She does. Columbus is using a different middle just the same as Omaha is. And right now, Domancic is looking really comfortable. She's connecting well with Rivera. That's giving her a lot of tempo attacks that she's able to find kills on.
Played 9 years in Italy. Domancic comes over to hug Megan Lush. That thing fell off a cliff. 16-11 Columbus making a very persuasive argument that this will go 5. Media timeout. We'll be right back. Having fun at CHI Health Center, downtown Omaha. This one's brought to you by Barry Law. If you've been seriously injured, just call Barry Law. Angel Perez in his second year at Columbus, and this is the best I've ever seen Columbus play in 2 years.
I would agree. I think the team right now looks better than they have in either season, but a lot of that comes from the connection their setters have with their attackers. Outsides, opposite, in the middles, everyone right now is keyed in, and they are playing well, they're attacking well, they're serving well. So right now, Omaha's got to find a way to stop it and get that momentum back.
Pass by Cooper, well done on a banjo. Nice attack.
That'll do it.
Out. STM set the middle.
That'll do it. Great pass by Reagan Cooper. That time anticipating the short serve in the middle. Lush got a serve over last time, and it fell directly in front of Reagan Cooper because it dropped so fast. That time, Reagan Cooper doing a nice job moving up under it. That sets up the play for Omaha.
New setter, Mac Pedraza. She's 6'1", checking out Nati Valentina Anderson. She's 5'10". First time we've seen Pedraza tonight setting for the Supernovas.
And this is just going to give Omaha a different look blocking. Instead of having Nati up there, Mac Pedraza is a bigger block. That gives him a better look for blocking.
Now Mac will get it, not yet. Here's a shot by Brooke Nunaviller. It drops.
Nunaviller with the kill. White
Really nice play there all through that rally for Omaha. Brooke Nunaviller taking a nice high swing and just slapping it off the block. Great tool shot.
Back-to-back nick of time points for Omaha. Still trail by 4-3. In set number 4. Mac Pedraza checking in. She'll block front right as the setter. 6 feet 1 inches tall. Former Ohio State Buckeye, 4 years and 1 year with Penn State. Rivera, she's a lefty. You can't forget her out there. 17-13.
Yes, when she's front row, the block needs to realize she's a left-handed attacker, so she can actually jump and hit the ball if she wants to. That time she jumps and just throws it down. But that's very natural for her, so the block needs to remember her.
Doncic serves into the net. Gift wrap, 17-14 now. Novas trail by 3. Sunday right here, Las Vegas for Omaha. Quick attack, another kill for Janice Leao.
And Janice Leao there doing what Omaha's attackers were doing early in the match, where it's kind of a miss-hit, kind of under-hitting the ball and just kind of slops it over, but it ends up being a kill. It's a successful attack for her.
It's her 9th kill. She has 7 blocks. And Rivera just misses. She has 1 ace already in this set. 18-15, Omaha hanging around.
Columbus going after Reagan Cooper a lot more on serve receive right now. For Wilma Rivera, serving from left back, that's a cross-body, cross-court serve. She just gets too much angle on that attempt, but that's a lot of angle she needs to put on it to serve Reagan Cooper down the left sideline.
Batenhorst serves, lush the pass, right side, Kaylee Cox out of bounds. That's another. Omaha squeezes within 2.
Kaylee Cox there looking for Reagan Cooper's outside hand and just missing, hitting wide down the line. That's a thank you point for Omaha.
Ellie Batenhorst serves, something she did rarely for Nebraska, did a lot for USC her final year. Push sharply out, not down. Cooper to get within 1? No.
Nice play there by Omaha. Reagan Cooper looking for the high hands on the block and just missing. So now Omaha has Mac Pedraza up at the net. She is a front row setter who is taller and also can attack if she gets a ball that's tight.
She's a right-hander, but she'll do it certainly with a little more frequency than not. You called it, Nancy, not quite down. Free ball back.
It's almost like I played or something.
Phoebe Awalea off the set from Mac Pedraza, 2-point ball game.
That's good to see that connection from Mac Pedraza to Phoebe Awalea. They haven't played together quite as much tonight because Nati Valentine Anderson has been in, but Mac feeding Phoebe with a great tempo set there.
Collision in the backcourt for Columbus. Everybody's okay. Well, these teams want this one so badly. 2 sets, 1 Omaha for the moment. Pass by Kaylee Cox. The set was behind layout. She still nearly drops it. Great chance on the free ball. Rivera chooses. Right pin, tip shot. Lewis timing off. Great up by Nati. Back row, Brooke Nunaviller. Here come the Fury. Up 2. Great dig by Nunaviller. It drops. 1 point separates these 2 teams.
And that's another outstanding defensive play by Brooke Nunaviller. We've seen them all night. She makes another great dig there. Really good awareness by the Omaha front row players to turn, find the ball, and make a play on it because Columbus was ready for it at the net.
What player in this league is most valuable to their team? She's in the conversation.
She definitely is in the conversation, and we actually spoke to Bird, to coach, about that, and she said the same thing. She said, when you talk about most valuable, it's who consistently makes the best plays for their team over and over and over, and Brooke Nunaviller has to be one of the best for that.
Without whom the team would fall. And Brooke Nunaviller, Morgan Hens, Leah Edmond, both those two for Atlanta. You got Brittany Abercrombie, the great right side for Orlando. I mean, I'm slowing down. Sydney Hilly, the great setter for Indy.
They're all so important to their team, but I think what Brooke does is she's double-faceted. She's the offensive and the defensive threat for Omaha, and she has been so valuable. This team would look completely different with her off the court. Beyond the skills that she shows when she plays, her leadership, her focus, her determination, the fire she brings to the team is so important for this Supernovas team.
Supernovas swag all over this arena, all over this city. The branding has just captured the imagination of the fans around town.
This team and their front office have done such a great job with the branding, and this city has just supported this team wholeheartedly. It's been so great to see.
People look good in pink. Kaylee Cox guides it to Rivera, tip shot, lush, and that one is just long. Hold everything. We might get a Bolt 6 review for a touch. Just a credit card long.
I mean, the
vertical
Bolt 6,
credit card. A vertical credit
literally,
card.
the Bolt 6 shows that she could not have been closer and still missed that shot. And I think that's a lucky play for Omaha because Brooke was not within reach of that ball if it was in.
You could hang that image at the Museum of Modern Art.
You could. You could. So Angel Perez challenging. He's going to ask for a touch, hoping the block touched it, I think. I didn't see the touch from here. But sometimes as a coach, the challenge can also just be used to stop the momentum.
And you get 2 of these challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Good vision by Angel.
Looks like it touched. Yeah, it touched Kelsey Payne's pinky.
Kelsey Payne's pinky. We got to trim those fingernails a little bit.
Huge swing. Instead of 19 apiece, 2018. Columbus trying to force a set 5. No school tomorrow. These youngsters in attendance will be okay. Near ace. Great rescue by Nati Valentine Anderson. He just checked back in and set it for Omaha. Megan Lush, kill. 3-point ball game.
That ball was just a rescue play by Omaha. They weren't ever in system. Allison Witten actually stood and attacked that ball flat-footed over the net and almost got Columbus completely out of system as a result.
Timeout Omaha, something that Laura Bird-Kuhn, the head coach, rarely does. She has called, what, 3 timeouts in this match. That can be a month for her.
It is. She doesn't enjoy calling timeouts. She communicates with her team and they understand her reasoning. She says, we all know what we need to do. I don't think I need to call a timeout and tell them they know what they need to do. But sometimes you just need to stop momentum. It's possible to try and ice the other server. They call it icing the server when you call a timeout to make the server have to take a minute and think about it before they come back in and have to try and hit a good serve. There's a lot of reasons for a timeout, but Laura Bird-Kuhn does not call them that often. I think it's good use of one right here. 21-18 is late in the set. Omaha wants to turn it around right now. They don't want to give up another point.
Second to last home match for Omaha. Sunday, 3 o'clock matinee against Vegas. And then off to Grand Rapids, currently in 5th place in the standings. And then off to Atlanta, currently in 2nd place. That one could determine who wins the regular season.
It could, and that shows the parity of the teams in this league, that it comes down to literally the last match because these teams play so evenly with each other.
Overpass from Brooke Nunderviller, that's a rarity. Domancic exploits it, and now a 4-point advantage. Can Columbus hold a late lead? Did not happen in sets 2 and 3. 19-17 Columbus in the second, 24-22 Columbus in the third. Both sets won by Omaha. Sends it to Reagan Cooper. Quick attack. Kelsey Payne. That's a crisscross play. She was in the middle.
That's a new play. We haven't seen that from Omaha before, but they send Phoebe Awalea behind on a slide and run Kelsey Payne right up the middle on a pretty quick 2, maybe a 1.5. And she's so tall and long. She goes up and hits such a sharp angle on that. It's a great attack.
Everyone was in new territory on that offensive scheme. Back set Lewis. Nice up by Reagan Cooper. Rescued by Nati. Here come the Fury. Lewis, another swing, block back, not down. Sarame, what a match by the libero. Left side, big block. Kelsey Payne, 2-point game.
That is a huge block and defense sequence for Omaha because they stopped Morgan Lewis twice. That hasn't happened much tonight. Really good block setups, block coverage, and then Kelsey Payne closing it out with a block on the outside.
Telepathy is not a common skill, but my guess is that Columbus's players right now are thinking, uh-oh, here we go again.
They might be. The experienced ones are thinking, we need to close this out right now.
Led late in the sets 2 and 3. They had a 4-point lead here in the 4th. Now it's down to 2. Now it's down to 1. Lewis sent that into the river.
Lewis tried to call for the touch, and Kaylee Cox and Megan Lush both turned around and waved off the coach. They said, don't use the challenge.
Lewis is not happy. She wanted the challenge.
She did, but sometimes as a hitter, you might see what you want to see. So it's good to have the balance of teammates who are willing to step up and tell your coach, don't waste the challenge, there wasn't a touch.
Remember, you get 2 challenges, but I think they burned one already in this set. So they have 1 left in set number 4. You get 2 every doggone set. And here we go again. A 4-point deficit is now just 1 for Omaha, the comeback kids.
And in that 4-point run, Omaha's done a nice job handling the attacks of Morgan Lewis, possibly getting in her head a little bit, causing her to hit that error on the last one. I would look for Wilma Rivera to go somewhere else on this first ball out, possibly a quick to the middle, trying to catch the Omaha block off guard, but I don't think she goes back to Morgan Lewis again.
Rivera has set the entire 4th set. Surprised?
I am surprised. She's done a nice job, though, so I don't think there's necessarily a reason to take her out. I was just surprised Nutsara was out at all, but I think Wilma Rivera has handled this set really well. She's run the offense well for Columbus.
She's a lefty, so when in the front row, she is an offensive threat.
Yes, she's in the back row right now, so they've got 3 attackers in the front row, and they don't have to worry about the setter. If it starts with the serve being tough, they pull the setter off the net. That's huge for Omaha's block and defense.
Bad pass, great swing.
It's an
Megan
amazing
Lush.
swing by Megan Lush. Passes the ball off, and that gets a bump set and goes up and just rips the ball cross court through the seam. It's a really nice attack.
Here comes the double switch. But Rivera's in the front row, but they're going to bring in a right sider for her, and TomCom moves into the back row to set. Typical double switch.
Yes, a typical double sub means when your setter goes to the front row, who would then be a small blocker, you bring in an opposite in her position to be a big blocker, and you bring in a setter for the opposite who's going to the back row, so you still have 3 live attackers in the front row.
And there's a third switch as Rapach is a righty, and they're going to position her on the left. She's normally an opposite, and Ashley Wenz, who's a lefty out of Ohio State, is going to play on the right side. She has barely played all season. Ashley Wenz is now playing on the right side in red. Kelsey Payne, and there's Wenz getting a touch. Free ball over. Down to Omaha to get within 1. Nana Viller, great dig by the libero. Sarami again. Shot by Rapach, no. Nana Viller is going to get a second swing to get within 1. Big ricochet off of Ashley Wenz's big block. Left side, Rapach, they wanted her over there. She's a right-hander. Great dig by Nati. Here come the Fury again. It's going to be Rapach's third try. No. Back row, Reagan Cooper, and that's a kill. 1-point ball game.
And the crowd responding. They are roaring on that play. Nati Valentine Anderson, I think, had 3 digs in that rally alone. Here we see the run-through dive on the tip. She played outstanding defense to continue keeping her team in that rally. And then they finish it off with the kill.
That's it for Ashley Wentz. Came in for a cup of coffee, played well, and
well, that was probably a Scooter's cup of coffee.
Megan Lush comes in, passes perfectly. The slide, kaboom! Damancic, 24-22.
Columbus and their middles have been doing a really nice job offensively tonight, and we see more of it here from Nutsara, feeding that quick ball to Dumancic, coming out with the kill.
They have 2 chances to finish off Omaha here in the 4th and force a set 5. Reminiscent of set 3. The shot, Kelsey Payne, kaboom, that's 1.
It's a great swing by Kelsey Payne. I like the fire and the energy I'm seeing in the Omaha eyes right now. All their players are locked in. They are keyed in. They are fighting together. They know how important the end of this set is right now.
Fury fans are thinking, what does it take for this set? Rapach out. Point Columbus. They're going to say a block touch against Omaha. No argument by the Novas. We are going 5 in downtown Omaha tonight. Columbus has arrived ready for the matchup against the league leaders. Set 5, first to 15, win by 2, and we come right back. Set 5 here in Omaha. Columbus has played 6 5-set matches, winning only 2, both against Grand Rapids are 2 and 4 thus far this season. This is a rarity for Omaha. They've only played 2 5-setters this year. They won both against Atlanta and Indy. So history would suggest Omaha is prepared for this moment. This has a big impact for Omaha because a victory provides confidence, but also keeps Omaha a full game ahead of Atlanta in the standings.
It does. It gives them a cushion in the standings, and that's nice. But also, yes, the confidence you talked about for these players. Some of these players haven't played as much this season, so to get these reps, be able to pull this win out and find a way to win against a gritty Columbus team who is not giving up would be huge for the Omaha Supernovas tonight as well. But I think just playing the 5-set match, it's not all bad for Omaha, because having only played 2, they don't have a lot of experience having to fight through 5 sets. So it's a good thing to give them experience in this situation as well.
Both coaches have the challenge cards. They've also got 2 challenges. They've also got 2 timeouts. I mean, they have a lot of ways they can create a little delay, a little break if momentum goes against them.
Yes, they do, and I expect both coaches to be willing to use those options that they have, knowing how much this match means.
Paula Sarame, there's the head coach, Daniel Perez, and it's Wilma Rivera to start off as the setter for Columbus. I think she's serving, that's why.
I think she's serving. I think they bring her in as a serving weapon to start the set, but she did a great job setting her team that last set as well, so there's not really a reason not to stay with her.
And with a shorter set 5, 8 subs can be sufficient. You got a lot of discretion.
And each rotation for blocking can be more important as well.
Rivera's got 1 ace tonight. Great pass by Allie Witt. Reagan Cooper, a big block. One more time by Janice Leo.
And Janice Liao and Morgan Lewis are such a huge block for Reagan Cooper. It's hard not to do, but she's got to fight to not pull that ball down into the block, because they are pressed over in her face. Those are 4 big arms looking right down the gun at her.
Nati peaks, sets back right. Kelsey Payne muscles it through, tied.
That time Kelsey Payne able to attack and get the ball, sneak it through between the blocker's arms and the net. It comes down on the Columbus side for a point for Kelsey Payne and Omaha.
Here's your Liberty First scoreboard, presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
Nice serve by Nati there, getting Columbus out of system right away.
Allie Witten looking for an assist. Reagan Cooper gets it for her.
That's a much better swing by Reagan Cooper. I like it. Her bread and butter is going sharp cross court inside that block, but if she can work some down the sideline like she just did, that keeps the block honest so they don't just cheat inside and dive into her angle.
Whichever team wins, it'll be well earned tonight. Shot from Morgan Lewis. Dig nearly touches the suspended scoreboard above. Shot by Cooper, great up by the libero Sarame. What a match for the Columbus football. Big block! Kelsey Payne doing a jig.
There's the Omaha block coming into play again. Kelsey Payne is such a big blocker. When she gets over the net, now Columbus is staring down some big arms. You can see from this replay how high up and how far over the Omaha block is.
8 Supernova blocks, 12 for the Fury. Really Cox, she's been up to that passing task most of the night. Quick attack by Liao, not this time. Cooper for a 4-1 lead, nope. That's block number 12, make it 13 for the match. Liao, by herself, has 9 of them.
And Liao she's doing a great job blocking, but putting her next to Morgan Lewis makes the attacker almost feel like they don't have anywhere to go. On that ball, Reagan Cooper was a little tight to the net, and it was just this huge wall of arms staring her down.
Kaylee Cox near ace. Back row roll shot. Great up by Cox. Quick attack. It's a low set. Liao gets stuffed. That was on a banjo.
And I think that's one of the first setting miscues we've seen. Columbus, that time with Wilma Rivera, undersets their middle, and Onabanjo is all over that as the blocker, gives the Janice Liao nowhere to go.
That was noticeable because their setting had been so pinpoint perfect most of the night.
Agreed. We have not seen many miscues as the setters from Columbus so far tonight.
Nuneviller front row, yes! Wow.
Another smart shot down the line by Brooke Nuneviller, taking some heat off it, just curling it around the block, down the line, able to find the sideline.
Marathon match in Omaha. Still very much in the balance, 5-2 in the 5th. The Novas. Cox pulls her setter off. Megan Lush down. Teardropper home.
And that's a tough tip by Megan Lush. Omaha is so used to her bringing the heat and hitting hard and high hands where they have to stay back to play the ball off the block. There's nobody under the block to pick up that tip. Smart shot by Megan Lush.
Janice Liao, New Bedford, Massachusetts, Miami Hurricanes, shot by Kelsey Payne, kill.
Kelsey Payne has come alive this fifth set for Omaha. She is attacking, she's bringing the heat, she's finding angles.
Kelsey Payne, 9 digs tonight, 13 kills, 2 in set 5 when it counts most. Leaving in Phoebe Onabanjo to serve, she gets it in. Not a great pass off that on that serve by Phoebe Awalea, excuse me. And there's a kill.
It's a good quick side out there by Columbus, getting right back and taking the side out back. And now we see the double sub coming in for Columbus again. Nutsara Tomcom coming in the back row for Morgan Lewis to go back and serve. And that makes them have 3 attackers now in the front row, as Isabella Raypoch is going to be on the opposite here on the right side.
Served by Tomcom. Here come the Novas. Brooke Nunaviller over dig. Up 2 in the 5th. Quick attack by Onabanjo, not down. Megan Lush, great up, not teed. Brooke Nunaviller tipping to the right corner, no. Drama in Omaha, shot by Lush. Out of bounds. She ran into the net regardless. Point, Omaha 7-4.
Some really nice defensive plays there again on the Omaha side. Nati Valentine Anderson popping a couple balls up. Brooke Nunaviller being really smart with her attacks to give her team chances to get the point. Megan Lush just going for it and missing on the attack to result in an Omaha point.
6-1 setter moves to the front row. That's Mac Pedraza, who just came in for 5-10, Nati Valentine Anderson. Mac sets back right. Kelsey Payne, no. Overdig shot back by Onabanjo, and that is in.
Here we see the replay from Bolt 6 again. So close. Columbus was hoping it was out. Onabanjo able to find that back sideline.
They switch sides in Omaha. 8-4 Supernovas in the 5th set. Nearly came back and won the 4th. Did come back and win the 2nd and the 3rd. This time in a unique position. Supernovas are in the lead, but it's just midway through set 5.
It is, and a lot can change so quickly in these games because both teams are highly talented and skilled, and you can spin it around very quickly. So Omaha needs to stay focused, keep the pressure on with their serve. They've been doing a great job serving this 5th set, keeping the pressure on Columbus. They need to continue that.
Set 5, Omaha 2-0, Columbus 2-4. A kill for Isabella Raypoch.
That's a nice kill by Isabella Raypoch. That set was a little bit difficult. I don't think it was in system or the tempo that she was asking for, but she does a really nice job finding a high snap on that ball and getting it in the court out of the reach of the defense.
8-year pro, Raypoch playing opposite. She's played in China, Germany, last 6 years in Poland. There's Brooke Nunaviller. Now Megan Lush into the net in the 5th.
That's another thank you point for Omaha. That's not a good, 5th set is never a good time for a service error, but Megan Lush has had a couple of them tonight. Those are kind of backbreakers for Columbus when they're fighting to hang in there.
Otherwise, she has played so well. Nunaviller nearly returns the favor, but it's close enough they had to play it. Haley Cox, blocked back, great cover. Great chance for Omaha. Pedraza the slide, timing off. Onabanjo can only short arm it. Raypoch, great dig by Kelsey Payne. She's done it all tonight. Back row, Nunaviller, kaboom! Woo-hoo!
Kelsey Payne with the defense, and Mac Pedraza. Now we see right on that one play alone, Mac Pedraza's up at the net, setting a tight ball, gets a hittable ball to Brooke Nunaviller, who finishes for Omaha to give them a 10-5 lead in the 5th.
Timeout, Columbus. Don't pour the late night sherry quite yet. 10-5, and Columbus has been right there. Closer than LA traffic all night long, and still 5 left for the Novas.
5 left, but I would say Omaha is in control. This 5th set, they have kept Columbus out of system on most of their serving to the Columbus's serve receive. They've done a nice job with block. They've been attacking really well high, but it's 5-point lead, but with Columbus, it is not over. Columbus is a tough team. Omaha needs to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Do not slow down.
There is still plenty of fight in the Fury. Jill Gillens to come in for the first time all night.
And she's coming in to be a passer. Jill Gillen is such a solid pass serve receiving player. They put her in right now for Megan Lesh just to try to steady out their serve receive.
5'7" Arkansas star. Former Razorback. Cox timing off. Set was behind. She still got something on it. Doug, Reagan, Cooper blocked back. Omaha by 5 in the 5th. Cooper to make it 6. No, great dig by Sarame. Another chance to slide out of Banjo. Kaboom! With authority.
Really nice defense on the Columbus side there, digging up a couple of really hard hit balls. But Omaha staying with it, handling the free balls, which is something we talked about, getting Mac Pedraza up at the net to set, and she finds the middle back blocker on a slide for a kill.
Haley Cox. She drops it. 11-6. Still some wood to chop.
It's great hustle there. It's an almost play by Omaha. Mac Pedraza chasing the ball back towards the sideline table. Unable to get it. Now Beta Dumancic is back to serve for Columbus.
She's a pretty good digger for a big tall middle. Uh-oh, out of system. Shot by Cooper. High ricochet. Dumancic handles it well on the first contact. Haley Cox, point Columbus.
Kaylee Cox attacking that ball really quickly and able to sneak the ball between Onabanjo and the net. For Omaha's block, especially on plays like that, they've really got to work at pressing over so you can't slip the ball between them and the net.
Jill Gillen stays in. You see her there right next to Dumancic. She serves. Nunaviller down. Went after the setter.
That was a nice attack by Brooke Nunaviller. One of the things Bird mentioned from the Atlanta match, she said, we hit too many balls to the libero. She said, Morgan Hens is an amazing libero. Anything anywhere near her, she's digging it up. So in practice this week, they worked on attacking more towards right back. And you see Brooke Nunaviller turn that ball towards right back that time.
Gillen, she's in there to pass, does it perfectly. Shot, wow, Ray Potch right up. Crosses the net, free ball opportunity, Columbus. Ray Potch, another big rip by the right-hander, no. Omaha set it up, Pedraza great up by Sarame. What defense? Overdig. Haley Cox, bang. This is volleyball.
This is volleyball. This is exciting volleyball. All these defensive plays, both teams playing all out, playing with the hearts. Brooke Nunaviller there was playing left back and dug up a missile of a shot. Digs it up. Allie Batenhorst digging up a ball in middle back. Paula Sarame on the Columbus side digging up some hard hit balls. Both teams are really playing right now all out. This is fun to watch.
2 hours and 40 minutes of volleyball getting adjudicated right now. Who's going to get this W?
We got Wilma Rivera back in. Look for her to try and serve cross body again, trying to make Reagan Cooper or Brooke Nunaviller play it, or hopefully the seam in between them is what she's looking for. But last time she tried this, she missed wide because she turned it too far.
Allie Witten digs in. 2 outsides dig in. It'll be Nunaviller as Rivera took something off that serve. Big swing, Cooper. Gillens dig, crosses the net, tip shot. Columbus digs it, swings, and drops it.
Omaha had a chance there on the over dig, and Awalea tipped it back, and that gives Columbus the green light. Nice swings by Columbus. Their outsides have done a really great job of getting good swings.
End game is time to pull out the shoulder and let her rip.
I agree, especially on an overpass. If someone's going to overpass it, you have to make them pay. You do that by crushing the ball.
A lot easier said than done.
Also true.
Awalea's got a huge arm. 12-9. Omaha, late in the 5th. Rivera put a little more mustard on that one. This side, Awalea, there's that big arm. Doug. Rivera to the left. Haley Cox going two-handed, gets stuffed. Awalea. Mac Pedraza, the 6'1 setter, just showed up. It's 13-9 in the fifth.
Haley Cox decided not to swing at that ball, and the Omaha block makes her pay. Mac Pedraza all over that.
She's back to serve.
Nati has 2 aces in this match. Pedraza checks out. Wellhern high 10s with her teammates. 2 to go. And a full one-game lead over second place Atlanta. Haley Cox, bad pass, breaking her down late. Gets a big rip and gets blocked. Awalea. Kelsey Page, 1 to go.
Phoebe Awalea understanding the assignment, getting over and over the net against Kaylee Cox, not giving her anywhere to attack.
They're loving it in Omaha. 10,000 on their feet. Match point chance, number 1. Twinkles the twine. Overpass, shot back. We're done. That's an Omaha win. Reagan Cooper finishes off the Columbus Fury. Masterful match. A beauty to watch.
That was a hard-fought and well-earned win for the Supernovas.
Nearly 10,000 happy Supernova fans. Watch the post-match handshake. A lot of respect. Omaha gets the win tonight. 18-7. Columbus drops to 8-17. Post-game next. .22 and holding on set 5 for a well-earned 3-2 5-set win. The Novas are a perfect 3-0 now in 2025. Here's the victorious head coach, defending champion head coach for the Supernovas, Laura Bird-Kuhn. Your thoughts first after this hard-fought win.
We just wanted to give our fans the most volleyball the last weekend here in Omaha.
Yeah. It's like when I went to a baseball game as a kid, extra innings. Hey, this is free baseball. I love it.
Yeah, it was crazy. But this crowd was awesome tonight, and I'm proud of our team. I mean, obviously, we went to both the middles that I've talked to you guys about, and everyone's ready. We had a great week of practice. We weren't necessarily great tonight, but Columbus is a very good team, and we knew they were going to battle. But I'm proud of Witt. I mean, obviously, we switched up to liberos there. It's just energy, and this team feeds off of each other, and we push the right buttons.
How important do you think it is for this team to have experience in a 5-set match like this? Because you haven't had many 5-setters, but looking forward to postseason, you're playing teams that are strong, and there's a good chance it goes extra sets. Do you feel like this is important, even though it wears your players out a little bit, that they get the experience?
No, I think it's huge. I think it's awesome for us to be in that situation and finish and have to earn points. And we were down in sets 2 and 3, like you guys said. But for us to be able to go to different players and be in those moments and finish and earn those points and then finish a set 5 like that is awesome for us at this time of the year.
Congratulations, Coach. You are 18-7.
Thank you, guys.
That's
Congrats.
Laura Bird-Kuhn, and you're right, Nancy. She shopped the bench a lot, and she just found the right chess piece all night long.
She did, and that's a sign of a great coach. They know what's working and what's not, and they know when to sub, when to hold off. Coach Kuhn did a great job, I think, of mixing in the subs when she needed them, but she also knows that she has players on the bench who are able and ready to sub in and make a difference, and she uses them, and those players have the confidence to make a difference in a match like tonight.
Some teams you put on the jersey, you're thinking, oh, I'm probably not going to play it. Not with the Supernovas. Laura Bird-Kuhn, she's shopping. She wants those players out there. One player who plays all the time, though, is Brooke Nunaviller. Congratulations, Brooke. Were you a little surprised this was this competitive tonight against Columbus?
Honestly, no. This team has had a hot streak recently. They've been playing really good volleyball. The addition of their new setter, Nutsara, she's one of the best in the world, and she's been playing volleyball for a long time. I think she got her block guessing a little bit at the beginning, but I mean, that's a talented team, and I think they had a rough start at the beginning, but they figured it out. They found their rhythm, and you know, they have nothing to lose right now, so they're fighting, and I'm glad they pushed us tonight. They played great.
We see a lot of the younger players on the team who haven't had many opportunities to play getting in tonight. How important is that for you as a leader to have some time to gel with them on the court as well?
Bird mixes it up in practice a lot, so we get the opportunity to play. You know, you saw Phoebe and Toyosi out there tonight, and they just did fantastic, and I absolutely love the energy that Toy brought tonight. She's amazing, and you guys don't get to see her in the game, but we get to see her every day at practice, and we know she's working her butt off, and she's prepared to go in at big moments, and she brought us energy tonight, and I think she was a huge contributor.
How huge are those comebacks set 2 and 3?
Huge. I mean, to put someone that has one of the toughest serves in the league with something being so tough, it's going to be inconsistent. You're going to make more errors, and you're going to have higher aces. And so for Lindsay Krause to come in, 22-24, and nail four serves, I think, got them out of system, got us back in that game. It takes everyone. We have 16 players that are all contributing, whether they're on the court or not, but we had a lot of people that shined tonight.
You talked about Nutsara and how she kind of threw your block for a loop early. How did you guys make adjustments? Because towards the end of the match, you guys were really in a rhythm blocking, and it felt like you were reading their offense better, no matter which setter was in. What adjustments were you making on the block to give your team success?
I think the longer you're playing a team, the more you figure out their tendencies. It's been, I don't know, a couple months since we've played Columbus, and so they had some new players on the court tonight that, you know, they showed what they had, and towards the end of the match, you start to pick those up, and I think it takes a lot of communication, one from the people on the court, but also our coaching staff, so we did good adjusting at the end.
Brooke Nunaviller, congratulations. Great comeback win.
Thank you, guys.
They bounced back from the tough loss Saturday against Atlanta. Nancy Metcalf, your final thoughts?
I was, I think, as impressed with how they came out, focused and with energy, as the rest of the match. But I think what really turned it around for them in that 5th set, they came out, they kept the serving pressure on. They kept the pressure on Kaylee Cox serve receiving, and she was starting to struggle, and I think that really made the 5th set a lot easier for Omaha. By continuing to pressure them with the serve, it made everything start to flow for Omaha, and they were able to continue playing and to play in a rhythm.
And really slowed down that big Columbus block that had 6 blocks in the first set, but not many more than that the final 4 sets.
Yes, when your team is passing well, it's a lot harder for the block. And so Omaha did a great job, I think, slowing down the Columbus block. They hit smarter, but they were also passing better. But at the same time, they kept Columbus out of system with their tough serving. Nancy Metcalf, thank you. The Omaha Supernovas send nearly 10,000 fans home happy, not just from the dancing during some of the delays we had earlier in the match with the Bolt 6 reviews, but from the exquisite volleyball we witnessed all evening tonight for our fabulous crew led by Mr. Brad Pace, for my broadcast partner, the Olympian Nancy Metcalf. My name's John Baylor, thanking you for joining us all night long and urging you to join us
on Wednesday. It'll be a matinee, not after dark, but a matinee, 3 o'clock against Vegas on Sunday. Volleyball after dark. Omaha wins tonight. Good night.